Alrighty, guys, it is time. Let's get this started. Continue. I know, like, what is the connection with that game, right, Forsaken? Oh, it's so funny. When this game loads in, there's like no textures, even off of a solid state drive. But they come back pretty quick. It's not as bad as like Xbox 360 games, where you might look at no textured areas for like 10 seconds before they load it up. Okay, so if I'm remembering Phantasma right, we need to go to... what was the name of the place? I think it was down here. The Yacht Club, and get the foghorn. So what we're trying to do right now in this game is essentially find the elephant, and we need a couple things to help us with that. One of them is the foghorn. I'm guessing to try to create an elephant-like sound, maybe? Is that the reasoning? I'm not sure. Can I fast travel here? There we go. We can fast travel pretty close by. Yes, I want to play more Control, actually, Forsaken. I beat the game, the main game, but I didn't do any of the DLC. And I'm a huge fan of Alan Wake, so I really would like to experience all the Alan Wake-related DLC as well. And I'm very excited for Alan Wake 2. Oh, did you guys see trailers for that new game? It looks like Dead Space. I think they showed it at the Summer Games Fest stuff. It's over here. It looks pretty gruesome. I'm actually impressed. Let's see, is this the right area? Yeah. I think it's the boat workshop at the very end. Is where we're going to find that. Callisto Protocol. Thank you, Hasifa. That's the name. That looks really cool. Who knows if it's going to be any good. I'm not even sure who's making the game, but the graphics look nice. It looks extremely dark and brutal, and I'm a big fan of gore, and that game has gore in spades. I think the foghorn was in this back room over here. Really, Forsaken? That's kind of terrifying. Ah, I know what you're quoting there, Christian. So you're not watching Seven, you're watching Taken now, huh? How's it going, Christian? Was a foghorn in here? Here it is.
It might fool an elephant.
There we
Mrs.
go.
Nini seemed to know her sewing inside out. I bet she missed us.
I hope Miss Nini won't misunderstand me.
Okay, so it said we got all of the evidence for the elephant hunt. So let me check that in our quest log. Hunting a Goliath. Let's pin that. So we have, let's see, we have the sturdy gray fabric, which we got from the archaeology site, an instrument to mimic an elephant's call, that's the foghorn we just picked up, a strong scent to attract the animal. We found a perfume that was like, I think, elephant sweat. We've taken the fabric, we've acquired the foghorn, I think we got everything. Now I have all I need. I should visit Mrs. Nini at the intersection of Knights Road and Trinity Way in Saladio. I think that's how you say that. I am hoping she can make a doll. I don't remember this requirement. We need a doll? Let me double check what it says up there. Doesn't really give me too much explanation why we need a doll. I guess we're going to try to make Scaladio. Thank you. I was way off, Phantasma. Way off. Oh, we're making the elephant a girlfriend. That's cute. We're going to make a little baby elephant doll. Hopefully it's big enough to fool him. Because even a baby elephant is huge. Okay, so Knights Road, Trinity Way. Let's see, pin on map. Oh, I didn't even look at what area that was in. Does it tell me? It doesn't tell me. Okay. Well, we'll look around a little bit. Let's see. Knights Road to Trinity Way. If I can just find one of these, I'll find... Oh, nice! Forsaken. I saw that. We are going to have auto-tune John for 5 minutes. Oh, Scaladio is the area. Thank you. Okay, so that's Old City right there. Let's look for Scaladio. There we go. I was going to say, for all the previous places, they've actually shown us the name of the place. It's like, oh, that would suck to try to find it. Oh, there's Knight Road. Let's follow that around. There's Bull. Some of these roads kind of end, and then they continue again somewhere else. It was Knight Road and Trinity Way. Harbor. Oh, here's Trinity Way. Okay, so right here I'm going to put a waypoint. There we go. So that should show up on our map. I know, Alex. I know. I got to make some time this weekend and put that on there. It's usually pretty difficult during the week. After I get off work, I usually work out. And then if I'm not streaming, usually I'll have dinner with Andy. And then we'll shower and then hang out together. So it's hard to find that time to play around on my computer and start adding stuff to the stream during the week. Oh yeah, where can I fast travel to? Where's the closest place? Right here. you did threaten that for a second. It finally happened. You did it. Nice. Oh yeah, I forgot about the worker's outfit. Okay, we should definitely change that. We are gonna have to go back there. Can I change anywhere? Yes, we can. Nice. Same, and when I stream, it's like I always know it's a sacrifice of time. Like
Even been putting up
sometimes
posters.
Andy wants to
Poor
watch a show
man.
with me, but she can't because I'm doing this, so she has to be patient as well. So yeah, it's all about time management, right? I do like Sherlock's outfit, except for when his little vest gets like stuck upward. It looks really silly. Okay, Miss Nini. Oh, this is it right here. Oh, we've been here. Yeah.
Good day, madam. I've come to you with a special requirement. The tailors on the street can't help me, I'm afraid. Could you make a doll for me?
Oh, Senor Holmes. You taught the police how to do their job, and they found the thief. Of course I will help
Aww.
you. But what sort of doll? A child's doll, such as my great niece might play with?
A little larger than your typical doll.
Little.
Signore, I don't understand. Boy, girl, animal, and what color?
Animal, a passionate, perhaps amorous animal.
Passionate.
Signore, you talk in riddles. I am an old lady who's seen it all. Tell me what you need.
I need a life-size elephant.
I think Mrs. Nini outdid herself with this one. Is that a tail?
That's a trunk, John, but I must agree with you that it's her masterpiece.
Well, let's not waste any time.
Nice. That was quick. I'm glad we didn't have to wait around for a quest to get done.
I can't wait to see the fruits of your labour.
Okay, so let's check that. Oh, nice. Forsaken Good Luck in Hitman 3. I've heard such good things about that game. Hasifa, I don't think I'm going to buy that right away. I know it's not coming to Steam, if I remember correctly, so for that reason alone, I can be patient. My niece loves the original Goat Simulator. But I gotta be honest, is there a Goat Simulator 2? Or did they go straight from 1 to 3 as part of a meme? Because I don't remember seeing a Goat Simulator 2, to be honest. Okay, let's see what this quest says now. With the magnificent elephant doll now in my possession, I should use the coal gas shed in Gildan's yard to inflate the lure. Okay, so we're going to go back to the scene of the crime and set the bait there. And that was... Let's see, it should be marked on here. Is it this area? No. Where was that original house? Here we go, Stonewood Manor. It's right down there, Gildan's yard. Okay, I can't fast travel there, but we can fast travel here. Yeah, okay, good. I was like, am I losing my mind? I don't even remember seeing a Goat Simulator 2. To be honest, I've only ever played the game for maybe like, 30 minutes or something. It's so goofy, it's funny, but I've turned it on for my niece a number of times, and she's had a lot of fun with it. She's just learning how to play games. She loves to watch games, though. She really loves to watch them. So are we going to put this in the hot air balloon? He talked about inflating. I'm not sure what he meant by that. Okay, we should have the right thing attached. Hey, Fairy Dude, it's great to see you again. How are you? I love how he always pops up and looks like he means to be here. Like he's doing something. Okay, let me double check that quest again. Okay, we should use the coal gas shed to inflate the lure, which I think that's right back here. Is this it?
The game is on.
So,
There we
what's the
go.
plan? I hope it all doesn't go horribly wrong.
We know that the elephant is seeking a female. We can arrange that. A doll with the appropriate scent might do miracles.
So you're a marriage broker. Well, I suppose that makes me a groomsman. You forgot about your new friends, Sherlock, Nabe and Laura. You won't reunite the trilogy.
Oh, are you enjoying torturing me? Those are your friends, John. I have a case to solve.
Well, it's up to you. But I think you'll regret it. Oh, she is a bit breezy, I must say.
Ew.
Well, Goliath is eager for a single female elephant in his area. It should be just enough for his taste. You'll need to trust me.
That's cute. Singles in your area.
Are we
Whoa!
ready? I can't stand attention.
Huge.
We're ready. Let's call the elephant.
Oh, and Fairy Dew, you just did your grad ceremony? Congratulations! That is amazing. You did it! You did it. How are you going to celebrate? Okay, so we have to kind of do a few things. Oh, we get to choose the trumpet that we choose. Teasing trumpet? Submissive trumpet? Salacious trumpet? Or tempting trumpet? I'm thinking tempting or salacious. I like that word, salacious. And how are you doing, Rainbow? Good to see you again. I saw that, Hasifa. What did they say it takes? Like 10 years to max out a character in that Diablo Immortal? Or like $100,000? Something ridiculous like that. Okay, let's go salacious. If I told you that I had a nice trunk, would you hold it against me?
How could anyone resist?
Is that what that was supposed to mean? That's funny. Cake and sleep. Hopefully in that order. That's awesome, Fairy Dew. Sleep is probably, I'm sure, with everything you've been doing recently, very much needed. That's awesome. Okay, let's try a tempting trumpet. Do you like raisins? How do you feel about a date? Oh my gosh. These like terrible
I knew a
pickup
lady
lines.
once who said just that.
Let's go with a teasing trumpet. If you were a chicken, you'd be impeccable. That's bad.
Too bad I'm not an elephant.
Okay. These were my least favorite, but I have to try them all. How about a submissive trumpet? Please, show me a night I will never forget.
Take your time, Sherry.
And impatient. Here I am. What were your other two wishes? Oh, that's cute.
That deserves a slap. And then a kiss.
And here's our lovesick friend.
There we go. They just wanted to share all their jokes. That's how that was. Oh, there he is. Goliath. Whoa. The doll is bigger than the elephant. I was expecting like a stuffed animal kind of thing, you know, when she was making a doll.
What is the meaning of this? Why are you bringing it here? I won't allow you to leave it.
I assure you that it is only a temporary measure. It won't be long until the elephant is gone, I promise you.
She wants that elephant killed, like immediately. She hates that elephant. And I think why I think it might have to do with the daughter, as far as why the dad's dead, is I think she was very jealous of the elephant and upset that the dad was spending more time with the elephant than her. $10,000 and never gotten a max level gem? That's insane, Asifa. I'm glad that they're exposing this, though. That's actually really good. Oh, let's make sure we got the right thing pinned. I got to remember to always go to this menu and check the pin. Okay, I think we're still on the right thing. Let's see what the last thing is. With some ingenuity, we have managed to lure the elephant out. Oh, we can do a close-up. He's got a scratch on his head. Poor elephant.
It injured itself while running through the forest.
Oh, another spot. Oh, a dart. This makes me think it might be... It could be either of the suspects. They both had darts on them.
There's something in the needle. There's something in the needle.
How do we check that out? Oh, there we
A
go.
feathered fletching. This might be promising.
I remember we had found out that the archaeologist may have known and done some studying about things to set off an elephant when they're in mating season. Elephants are really cool. Look at those eyes. Looks like he's like so stoned out of his mind.
Peaceful and compliant. Almost a gentleman.
Okay. Or that. Let's see, what else can we look at? It's tusks.
The left tusk is larger and more worn. You're a left-tusked elephant.
That's his dominant tusk. Whoa, extreme close-up. That is an impressive elephant doll.
Want to talk about the elephant in the yard?
Speaking of hurt animals, Andy was walking the dogs the other day, and a big German Shepherd rushed out of somebody's yard and was going for Jessie, actually, which a German Shepherd just could have ripped Jessie apart. You know Jessie, she's like 6 pounds. Uh-oh, I think I might be stuck back here. So Andy was able to pull Jessie away real quick, and then Gus got in the middle there, and the German Shepherd grabbed Gus by the face and flipped him over. Luckily, the owners had seen that and were there immediately and pulled them off and got their dog away. But as far as we can tell, Gus is okay. He had a little bit of scratches on his mouth and ear, but I gave him a bath. We've been checking him out. He seems to be moving just fine, and his ear's a little tender. Like if I tug on it a little bit, like if I was, rubbing it, he might give me a little like it's sensitive, but it seems like he has no injury. So we're gonna monitor him a little bit. I don't think we need to take him to the vet or anything. But it's very scary, very scary. Yeah, always keep your animals on a leash. Doesn't matter how much you trust your animal. They said the same thing. Oh my God, our dog's never done that. They're animals at the end of the day. You don't know what's going to set them off. So, yeah, always be very careful. Very scary moment, though. Andy took them out while I was still working. And then when she came back home, she was carrying Gus. And I'm like, why are you carrying Gus? And then she told me what had happened. So we took him outside and checked him out. I know, and now he has, right, Phantasma? You've had that experience. Luckily, it seems like no serious damage was done. Thank goodness. Okay, we found a dart lodged in Goliath's side. There is a faint trace of an unknown substance. Oh, does that mean we got to do a chemical analysis? That we did. Oh, Gus was a hero. Gus was a hero. Now, usually on our Wednesdays, we like to go grab Starbucks. So, of course, we got Gus a pup cup and took him along for the ride. He enjoyed it. He loved it. We definitely gave him extra treats. He did his best to protect the family. Okay, so here is what we need right here. And I'm also planning on barbecuing tomorrow. I think we're going to do burgers. So I'll probably make Gus a little puppy patty. He'll enjoy that. Okay, so we only need... I have to use all these. Is that correct? I'm still kind of learning this thing. So I think we need to use all of these to make 3 red, -3 green. So if I do 3, -5, and 2, I think that'll do it. Oh, you can use up to 3. Okay. Maybe I'm making it more complicated than I need to, but let's try this. So I think we go drag that to there. Drag this to here. You can only have 2 things going into one, right? Yeah, otherwise it overwrites it. Okay. Okay, so that's gives us +2. Only one thing could be tied to that. Oh, but I can probably tie this to here, this to here. There we go. Nice, okay. I see how it's getting more interesting as you get more complicated stuff. I hardly had to use any of those combinations. I could have used more and made it more complicated. But what's the point? Okay, so now I believe, since Phantasma. I'm so proud of you. They grow up so quick, don't they? This one, Hunting Goliath. Is that one supposed to be tagged? Oh, that just means I have that one tagged. Okay. So I think I should probably have the dart found in the elephant pinned. So there's traces of strychnine? Strychnine, yeah, inside of it. The amount could kill a human, but was not enough to topple such a large animal. Instead, it most likely aggravated the elephant, causing a fit of rage and a burst of strength. So somebody did piss off this elephant. Oh, we got to do our Mind Palace. I don't know if we're ready to do our Mind Palace quite yet, or if we need more clues. Actually, I think you can do your Mind Palace right now, can't we? I think it's here. Oh, that just means there's another thing here we need to connect. So we got a poison dart. And both Arthur and Paul own darts. So we should combine those. So both Arthur Swift and Paul Perks had the means to shoot the elephant with a dart. That doesn't help. But now we get to choose which one we think actually did it. I don't know yet. And then there's the possibility that Goliath may have killed Theodore to break free. I don't believe that. Somebody definitely set this elephant off. Oh, that's so cute, Rainbow. Hey, it doesn't make it very salacious and tempting, doesn't it? And you can switch around the ones with dual nodes to see all the possible conclusions. Yeah, like once I have an idea of like, oh, I think it's Arthur, or I think it's, what was the other one? Paul. Then you can swap these. But I don't really have enough clues, I think, to make either one of those associations. Whoa! And then it changes that. Oh, this is an unknown third party try to protect Theodore. I don't believe that at all. I definitely think an unknown third party deliberately shot a poison dart to provoke it into attacking. So I think that's it. But as far as that one, I'm not sure. Oh, there's still one more Mind Palace thing we need to do. I think this is related, the poison dart and the fatal battering. Oh, it split that one in two. Okay, I believe it's this one. The dart shot at Goliath provoked the beast into a violent rage. Aha! Oh, whoops. I can't say which one it is yet, though. Paul may have been at the crime scene, or Arthur Swift may have been at the crime scene. Now, I guess if I look more into this, Arthur Swift's injuries match the damage done to the shed. I guess Paul Perks didn't have those same injuries. Okay, so that one makes more sense, but I wonder if we can get more information. Because, like, I feel like we've gotten more clues. Can I talk to, what's her name? Yeah, it also, I remember they both had injuries on them, but it didn't say that in the explanation for the reasoning. It didn't mention that injury, unfortunately. See if I can get her to answer a few more questions.
I've nothing to say about this. I don't have any thoughts on this.
Have you seen what your father sent to Paul?
This is despicable. My father was never a gentleman, but this crosses the line. I knew that father wasn't fond of Paul, but this is just awful. If only he could have seen how good Paulie is to me.
Paul was, you know, hanging out with some rough folks, that's for sure. Yes, Rainbow. And you can get it wrong or right, which is really nice, actually. It kind of really bugs perfectionists that need to get everything right the first time or see everything 100% correct, but that's not me. I'm okay with making some funny mistakes.
I don't have any thoughts on this. I'm afraid I can't add anything useful. I've nothing to say about this. I've nothing to say about this. I don't have any thoughts on this. I've nothing to say about this.
I don't think she has anything to say about this.
I'm afraid I can't add anything useful. I don't have any thoughts on this. I've nothing to say about this.
How many different ways can they say no?
I'm afraid I can't add anything useful.
I've heard at least like 5 or 6 versions.
Are you aware that Paul smuggles drugs for a dangerous gang?
Mr. Holmes, I've already told you. I call him a pirate in play. He's not an actual pirate. He's a champion and a brave gentleman, not a thug.
Let us agree to disagree on that. But don't be surprised if one of his clients knocks on your door.
Okay, so I think now that I am done talking to her, she doesn't have anything else to answer.
I don't feel safe with that beast back here.
Okay, so let's take a look at... Is it under diary? Let's see, where can I look at the, I guess, close-ups of these characters again? We have all the evidence. Casebook. Oh, it is here. Okay, we're in the Gilded Cage. Oh, here it is, the portrait. Okay, so... I guess we could just read the description. This is the description that we picked, so we could have picked wrong, so I might not even have the right details. So Paul Perks is a woman who disguises herself as a man to achieve a higher social position. He uses the privileges of men to pursue his personal goals. He uses his career in yachting to cover a smuggle goods for various gangs on Cordona. His injured arm reflects the dangerous nature of his life. Despite his fearless exterior, he is frequently in trouble due to his connections with the criminal underworld. And yet, he also earned a place in that world as Paul. I see no reason to disclose to anyone otherwise. Well, you just disclosed to Imogen, so there's that. Where's the other one? Here we go. So Arthur Swift is an archaeologist attempting to find the tomb of Vitus Lemonius on Cordona. He uses his resources to locate this ancient site, driven by an obsession to expand the knowledge of humankind. He does not care about his appearance, nor occasional wounds incurred during research, such as the injured elbow on his left arm. His life is documented in meticulous detail in a diary he treasures. Arthur Swift has sacrificed almost everything he has kept in a thankless attempt to uncover more about the past. See, neither one of those sells me on it. What about his diary? I want to double check what his diary said. Here we go. Theodore always uses his wealth to shut down complaints. Just gonna scan this real quick. So, I mean, he was also upset about that elephant, and he was researching elephant stuff. So how else would you know how to set that elephant off? Also knowing it's in mating season. I think I'm leaning towards Theodore. Or no, not Theodore, Arthur. It's Arthur and Paul. What do I think Theodore? What do you guys think? Besides anybody that's seen this game before, what do you guys think? I feel like Arthur probably has more reason to do it, and maybe more evidence showing that he would have been more capable of doing it. He had done research about elephants. They both had darts, so that doesn't teach us too much. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter where I do the Mind Palace, huh? Here I am trying to go back out here, but I think I could do the Mind Palace anywhere. Oh well, let's just do it over by the elephant anyway. Okay, so Mind Palace, Gilded Cage. Okay, here's the two options. Paul Perks killed Theodore Gilden using Goliath. Paul used an air gun with a poisoned dart to provoke the elephant. Agitated and scared, the animal attacked Mr. Gilden. With Theodore gone, there is no one to stop Paul from being with Imogen. Now that's if we think that's the option. If we change this to Arthur Swift killed Theodore Gilden. Hey, Jada! Oh, you broke your hand? I think you would know if you broke your hand. I think you would know for sure. That sucks. So what'd you do to your hand? Arthur Swift used Goliath to kill Theodore Gilden. A shot with a poisoned dart enraged Goliath, and it attacked its owner. Arthur Swift managed to secure control over the dig site and everything of historical value within. So we can, if we think that's the one, yeah, I think you're right, Weebatom. I'm on the same page on that. So we have two options, even if we think he's guilty. We can arrest Arthur, free Goliath. Arthur Swift used the elephant Goliath to kill his former partner, Theodore Gilden. Arthur was ready to sacrifice others for his own well-being. Such cruelty towards humans and animals should be punished. Or, Arthur Swift is a victim of Theodore Gilden's greed. He tried to protect humanity's history from those that would privatize or discard it. I will let Goliath take the blame for Gilden's death, but would insist in return that Arthur leave Cordona. So we had this in the last case too. You actually have an option to kind of, I know you're guilty, I'm not going to punish you because you had your reasons and I agree with them, so just get out of here, kind of thing. So I don't like that idea. I very much think he should be brought to justice if he's the one that actually did it. Oh no, Jada, well don't bash tables. No, I've definitely smacked a few things and thought I've broken my hand before. Never did. But if you really do believe you broke it, Jada, don't be like I have in the past and just don't go to a doctor because it will not heal right and it might be a little wonky. It would be good to get it checked out so they can set it correctly if it is actually broken. Okay, let's go ahead and do this one. All right. That's what we did. We have blamed Arthur. We have freed Goliath. Imogen is not going to be happy with us. So I can switch conclusion or press B to go back. Theodore was definitely using his money to push around Arthur. Does that excuse murder? Not in my opinion. Did I not do it correctly? I think I need to do that again. I had two options, go back or change my decision. Both of them seemed incorrect. What do I have to do here? A? I think we're done. Oh, we have to confront him. Okay, okay. That's cool. I thought it just like happened automatically, but we actually have to go and do the work that we just chose. So he was way over yonder. Starting to get an idea of where things are. Takes me a few tries. Yeah, I've only ever... I'm 99% sure I broke my finger one time moving something. I never got it checked out. It was actually crushed. Oh, do I have to go back in that? Let's see if they let me in now that we've already accomplished everything. Probably not.
Stop shirking. Get dressed properly and come inside.
Dang it. And I wish I would have gotten it checked out because now it looks extra huge and not quite right, my finger. I've shown this before, but this is kind of like what a regular finger looks like when it's kind of, I guess, flattened out. And that's what that one looks like. You see that knuckle right there? I can't flatten that knuckle. It's like completely just protruding right there. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't cause me any kind of disability in moving it around, gripping things or anything. It just looks weird. Wardrobe and worker's apron. There we go. Yeah, he told me.
Stop loitering.
Okay, it's still showing the Mind Palace on the screen, but I don't think I need to go back there. Here he is. Maybe... Are you able to save it and reload later? Just in case we make a terrible decision, we want to go back. I'll live with it regardless, but... Alright, let's accuse him.
You are guilty, Mr. Swift. Killing Theodore Gilden was a testing challenge. You succeeded.
What makes you think I'm somehow involved in Gilden's death? My partner's death, I might remind you.
He also didn't seem too shocked or upset that the guy died. Now, neither did the other guy, but the other guy didn't like him. Like, he's supposed to be his partner, you know? I guess all three of these are correct, so we'll just do them in order.
You were there when Theodore Gilden died.
Nonsense. I visited him many times, but I wasn't there when the elephant killed him.
Then I must have made a mistake, because the murderer met Goliath's rage personally. The perpetrator was hit by the gate and thrown into the shed. Your bruise matches the contour of the broken hole. One further detail is that the murderer had a bosun's knife, fairly useful in a place where one might cut ropes and fabric, such as, I don't know, the dig site?
That's your interpretation of the facts, Mr. Holmes. You've simply aligned them to suit your hypothesis.
It's not a hypothesis once proven, it's theory, Mr. Swift.
It's fun to watch two smart people go back and forth, isn't it?
Your dart uses strychnine to kill rodents at the site, is that correct?
Well, yes, that is its purpose.
The same dart with strychnine was found on Goliath. The very same substance is a powerful stimulant. It causes convulsions, a flow of energy. You shot Goliath. The elephant became extremely energetic, agitated, and so terrified that it killed its owner.
Or Goliath.
For a man of your age, it was easier to hit a larger grey target than a small man.
You said it yourself. Goliath killed Theodore, and your strychnine speculations are absurd. Only athletes use it as a stimulant, not elephants.
True, but one dart of strychnine would not be enough to kill the elephant, and you knew it. Let me tell you a story. A man spends almost 5 years of his life locating an artifact. He puts every ounce of energy and money into his research. The same man even goes so far as to sign a contract with a ruthless man, a businessman. It was a risk, but the reward would be worth it. Years go by and there's still no result, so the businessman decides to end the man's research. He spits on the research, he promises to bury the site under an eccentric project. All of this is just his whim. Theodore Gilden could do anything he wanted with this place, and you were anxious about the fate of your research. You wished to protect it. You tried to tame Gilden's eccentricity, but you killed him instead.
Theodore wasn't trying to sabotage my career. We had a disagreement, but it wasn't as dire as you describe it. He wasn't a pleasure to talk to, but killing him? Nonsense.
I mean, he's going to lie his way out of it anyway, but he does sound kind of convincing. I'm not going to kill Goliath. We got to take down Arthur.
Theodore Gilden was a capricious man, extremely impulsive. But the cold-blooded nature of your plan makes you even more dangerous.
That's right.
You feel nothing. You show no remorse. It was simply a calculated move. And that is why you are under arrest.
Nothing. You have nothing on me.
I think I'll let the police decide if my findings are substantial enough for prosecution.
This is all a dreadful mistake. This can't be happening. The elephant killed Theodore.
Goliath is innocent and he should be free. He is not the real murderer here. That is the apex of your career, Mr. Swift. Farewell.
I told you Mr. Swift was not a real archaeologist. He was a murderer. I knew there was something wrong with him.
Fortunately for us, being a murderer was not his profession. And about the elephant.
While you were busy, I've dealt with it. No thanks to you. I asked you to solve this wretched problem, but you didn't.
I couldn't be in two places at once, Miss Gilden. I was catching your father's murderer. But how have you dealt with it?
A man agreed to take the elephant away. He came to me asking for permission to relocate it to his property, and I accepted.
Who took an
Well,
elephant?
congratulations, I suppose. That is one less problem.
Actually, two, Mr. Holmes. I found my father's possessions that you can take with you and disappear.
I appreciate it, truly.
Well, someone has to do something. Take everything if you need to, and leave me be.
Take care of yourself, Miss Gilden.
Because that was one of the first reasons why we came here, was to learn more about, you know, our past and our mother's past, actually. And they don't even let you take off those terrible clothes in the meantime. I know, we're still wearing this. Now we can switch before I get too invested in the next thing and keep running around like an old worker. That's what I'm wondering, Rainbow. How do you not know who's taking this elephant? She's just kind of like, yeah, sure, take it. I mean, I understand that she hated it, but still, I would like to know. Okay, what is this? A letter from Violet to Theodore Gilden. Was Violet our mom? My dear Theodore, You know I value our friendship more than most other bonds. We share the same restless soul, and your acceptance and support in trying times has been a blessing. I'm endlessly grateful for the turn of fate that saw Seeger and I join the same expedition as you. It changed my life for the better. Okay, Violet was the mom. Thank you. Nevertheless, I'm not blind, nor a hypocrite. I know that your feelings toward me have deepened. Forgive me, Theodore, but I do not feel as you do. I must spare you the pain of one-sided love before it is too late. Please see enclosed the necklace you so thoughtfully gifted in remembrance of our adventure together. I cannot in good conscience continue to wear it. I know this letter will cause you such hurt, and for that I can but apologize deeply. Yet my heart is with Seeger, who is still unaware of your desires. If this sees the end of our friendship, I will understand. But I truly hope we continue to share the conversations, collaborations, and kindnesses that have brought me such joy in all these years. Yours respectfully, Violet. All right, so this guy was trying to have an affair with our mom, but our mom was not having it.
My mother always wore this around her neck until one day it disappeared. I was wondering where it went. She said it was a birthday present from a good friend.
Good friend. We've been told. I agree. Unless our mom smelled like elephants. What is this? Oh, are we having some memories? There she is wearing the necklace. Kind of feels like a horror game, doesn't it? That was interesting.
I just had another glimpse of a memory, John. It's fuzzy, but I'm sure it happens somewhere in the manor.
Finally moving forward. Shall we go?
Okay, so I think we want to go back to the manor after that. We didn't get the key, though, did we? Fragmented memory. Let's pin that. Another memory is coming back to me. I saw someone's hand hide a key in a pocket and a closing door with a woman's silhouette behind it. The door was somewhere on the first floor, and I believe there is a mirror nearby. Let's go see if we can find that key. It's this way? Am I going the right way? No. This way. That's a good point, Weepatom. Hey, some people must love the smell of elephants. Maybe she used to work at a zoo and it's like nostalgic for her. Thank goodness for running, because this world is pretty big. Okay, so
You know, I envy you, Sherry. You can talk to other people and they won't ignore you.
Aww.
And I envy you. You can ignore any person you're bored with. You don't miss out on much. Most men are dull, unlike yourself.
Well, I'm flattered.
That's cute. Okay, he said it was on the first floor. Where is that mirror?
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
We can't go in that door.
Hey, this is the luggage we brought from London, isn't it?
Could it have been moved? Let's see. I think he said it was on the first floor, or it said here. The door was somewhere on the first floor. Maybe the mirror's not on the first floor, though.
I think our family portrait used to hang here.
Let's see if maybe the mirror got moved. Oh, there it is. Looks like it's right there. That mirror creeps me out. Have you guys seen that horror movie Oculus? It's about a haunted mirror. I recommend it. It's actually pretty good. Maybe that isn't it. Or is it this door right here?
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
Oh, here we go. This is what we're looking for.
I had a surprise for my mother. I was holding an ancient Greek vase, or rather, quite a big piece of it.
Oh no, did you break it?
You had a shovel with you, John. I remember now. We dug up the vase from Greek ruins here on Cordona and were eager to show my mother right away. For some reason, the door was closed. We knocked.
But nobody answered. We thought that she was busy.
So we left the vase and ran downstairs.
Do I keep following this path? You said they go downstairs? Okay.
I decided to gather some archaeological tools in order to take a closer look at the vase.
But then we heard something, didn't we?
Oh no.
Yes. It came from upstairs.
Let's go back up.
The vase was broken, shards scattered all over the floor. And your mother was standing at the door.
She just opened it
Indeed,
up.
John. I doubt it was her. Let me concentrate. Otto Richter was standing there, furious at us.
Aha.
Dr. Richter told us never to disturb my mother when the door is closed. He said she had broken the vase.
But we didn't believe him. I bet he smashed it.
Interesting. What kind of... Oh, that's cool. That actually unlocked the door. Here I was thinking I needed a key, but when it has that kind of ash look to it, it just means it's locked behind your memories. And once you
The
figure that
things
out...
are still
you get
here.
in.
Presumably Mycroft never felt the need to sort through it all.
Or couldn't bring himself to.
No. He would have put it behind him and moved on. My brother is not one for sentimentality.
Isn't our brother like a politician or something in the area? We haven't seen him yet, I don't believe. Seeger Holmes obituary in the Times. Seriously, Phantasma. There's a lot of games kind of about that, actually. London, August 21st, 1865. Mr. Seeger Moreland Holmes, the renowned archaeologist, authenticator, and historian, is dead. A mere 41 years of age. So young. He was seized by a cardiac event during the opera at the Covent Garden Theatre on Saturday. Gosh, I'm almost 41. Despite a physician's best efforts, he remained insensible and died at 20 minutes past 6 o'clock last evening. His sudden end came as a severe shock to his large circle of acquaintances. Mr. Holmes is survived by his wife, Violet, and two sons, Mycroft, 16, and Sherlock, 6. Funeral services will be held Wednesday at the Highgate Cemetery of St. James by Reverend W.E. Stanley. Okay, so Mycroft, that's our brother, yeah. British government. Okay, I thought they mentioned his name when we went to one of the archives, Phantasma.
It's a strange feeling to read about my father's death in the newspaper. I can't recall anything except the deep feeling of loss.
You were too young. It happened before we even met. It's so sad. I'm sorry.
And an old sheet of paper. March 25th, 1869. Examination notes of Dr. Otto Richter. This is the guy that maybe broke that vase and blamed it on our mom. Over the last few months, I have asked Mrs. Holmes to sketch some landscapes. The first few were clear and accurate, but subsequent drawings quickly drifted away from reality. It appears her disease progresses rapidly, and perhaps even affects her vision. I may need to consider trepanation? I don't know what that is, trepanation. Oh, I had no idea, Rainbow. That's a really cool little factoid. Might not happen in this game, but that's interesting.
Looks like it was damaged by a blunt object. This room always reeked with an acrid medicinal stench. And here is the reason.
Ah, there it is. Trepanation. The process of making a hole through the skull to the surface of the brain might be carried out to treat a range of medical conditions or for more mystical reasons. So it sounds like an old school version of lobotomy, right? Where you just scramble some brains and see if it fixes whatever ails them. Oh, I should make sure I got the right thing pinned, huh? Memories in the Manor. There we go. Let's pin this one. I really like the chill soundtrack in this game. Bromide.
Seems this was the most frequently used medication.
Oh, 100%. Just doing tests on people that need help, right?
1 dram dissolved in a glass of water administered daily. Not to exceed 1 dose in 24 hours. Not to be given to children.
So a heavy-duty sedative. Yeah, we'll just drill holes in your skull. No problem. Release some pressure. I found a letter. From Violet to Seeger. This is February 1869. My gentle Seeger, alas, I am still yet to receive any correspondence from you. One presumes my previous letters are chasing you around the continent as you travel. I hope you are in good health and already on your way home. Forgive me my impatience, but life without your kind voice and bright eyes is scarcely worth living. The boys need their father around too. I can tell you that they miss you. Though, as you well know, Mycroft is not one to wear his heart on his sleeve. In case my prior letters have been lost, know that we have relocated to Cordona. Please come back soon. Forever yours, Violet. Could you imagine, like, moving while your husband or spouse is away? By the way, we have a new house. Come here instead. What? That's wild. ZT, how you doing, dude? Welcome back. It's good to see you. What you been up to? Oh, see, I wasn't sure because I wasn't remembering all the dates, but that idea popped in my head, Phantasma. Was he actually on travel? Or is she really kind of losing her mind and writing, you know, letters to someone that's no longer there? That's so sad. That was post-death.
Oh, I would love to take a bath right now.
Not this one. Surface corrosion suggests it was prone to extreme temperature fluctuations. For medical purposes, I suppose.
That makes sense. The hell's that creepy noise? Weird. Something to do with that bath. It's a cool looking bathtub, but when it's not covered in webs and rust. No, I have not seen the new series. Did you like it, ZT? The bathtub's making that noise. Let's get the hell away from it.
My mother loved flowers. They made her smile. I remember we would bring a new bouquet every week to make her a bit happier.
That's why we collected all the violet flowers we could find on the island.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's what that noise was. You know, athletes use ice baths all the time to help with, like, muscle stuff. That just seems like torture for, like, mentally ill people that just need help.
You're not obliged to be here, Sherry. We can leave any time you want. Look what I found. The White King is under attack. Sherry, can you save him and checkmate the opponent in one move?
I guess newish for me, because I think there's, like, older versions of Sherlock as well. But you thought it might be boring, but it is so good and entertaining. Oh, I'm glad you liked it, ZT. I'll have to check that one out. Is that the one that has The Witcher? Can't think of his name right now, but he's like the main character, Sherlock.
You're not obliged to be here, Sherry. We can leave any
I
time
think
you
I've
want.
looked at everything in here. Oh, no, there's a suitcase. There we go. Oh, Benedict Cumberbatch. Okay, nice. Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense than the other one, right? I'm really digging this game, Disabled Nerd. It's good to see you again. How have you been? I'm really liking it so far. There's a lot of mechanics. So it feels kind of like a classic adventure game with all different kinds of ways of discovering things, putting clues together. It's a lot at first, but I think the more I play it, the more I'm loving how much of the gameplay is varied as you play.
No labels. I doubt it ever had one.
Wonder what that is. Maybe we can do a chemical analysis on it.
No labels. I doubt it ever had one.
Oh, you've been good, nerd? That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. observation journal. This is from the doctor that was experimenting on our mom. May 19th, 1868. I'm not sure if this is before or after death. Initial consultation revealed the patient suffers sleep problems, periods of anxiety, and slight confusion of memories. Prescribed a strong sedative to be administered daily and will continue to monitor symptoms. We found that earlier. August 3rd. Sedation has helped minimize anxious or anxiety attacks, but Mrs. Holmes now experiences catatonia, apathy, and prolonged depressive states, which was better. Moreover, the patient's confusion has worsened, and she has begun writing letters to her deceased husband as if he were alive. There it is. I have prescribed 6 further drugs to balance her mental state, and weekly hydrotherapy, the ice baths. My gosh, 6 more drugs? November 27th. The current drug regimen has delivered middling results, with confusion worsening into near constant delusion. Patient grows aggravated when these beliefs are contradicted, prompting aggressive behavior. I have now witnessed several episodes of violence against her own family and towards herself. Consequently, I ordered that bars be installed on the windows and that Mrs. Holmes be strapped to her bed at night. The dosage of all medications has been raised. I have prescribed the patient additional hydrotherapy sessions, as well as some mild hallucinogens. They are just going nuts on drugging this woman up. Oh, that sucks. I mean, it's money for the doctor, I'm sure. The more drugs I can spend, the more I have to get paid, right? No, not too bad at all. I'm using an Xbox controller for this. I haven't tried it with keyboard and mouse. Might be a little bit better with that, but it does have some quick time event kind of things and some fights, which, yeah, there is a little bit of action in this. So for me, a controller, I'm always quicker doing the, mash A or press B real fast versus trying to hit a keyboard key half the time. And what is that? Like a pick for the skull? I'm kind of scared about that.
Do you think the doctor could have used these tools here? I hope not.
Yeah, that looks terrifying. There's one more thing to look at. Did I not finish this? I think I need to look at a different spot.
No labels. I doubt it ever had one.
Yeah, some things might work a little bit better with a mouse, but I think overall movement's probably better with
There appear to be residues of the
controller.
bottle's contents at the bottom.
There
Brings
we
back some
go.
memories.
I was looking at the wrong spot. Okay, let's press what button is it? This one? There we go. See if there's anything else we're missing. Oh, here's the strap.
Straps on the bed. Just doesn't look right.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Oh, 100% rainbow. And it's mostly, I think, for money, why they're doing this. It's like, oh, she's sick. Let's give her more of everything. It's going to cost you, though. There's all kinds of clues in here. It is our mom's room, and that's who we're studying, so that makes sense.
This picture was drawn by my mother. I recognize her hand. There's a date on it, 8th of December, 1868.
I think we've seen that area. It's like not too far from here.
This seems a bit odd. I can recognize my mother's style, but it's far too sloppy. Dated 12th of February, 1869.
Maybe it's all the drugs they keep pumping her with, right? What am I looking for? There we go. Oh gosh. Then the drawings get terrifying.
It's difficult to tell what this is meant to represent. There's no date at all.
I think that's her house. That's what that was. Okay, what else? If there's anything in
This
there.
room always reeked with an acrid medicinal stench. And here is the reason.
Oh, the window.
Bars covering the windows from the inside.
Yeah, we read about that. I think that might have been everything. Oh, do I have the right clue selected? This is actually one of the trickiest things in this game, Disabled, is that you need to, as you discover things, it gives you new clues that you can focus on if you want. So like right now, I'm looking at all the different things I found. You can pick something to focus on, and that'll allow you to find different clues in the world or the area you're in. That's probably the trickiest part about this game. Oh, after examining my mother's room, I started remembering the chaotic morning together. So we want to pin that. And I think we're going to find something to focus on now. Here we go. Now we got some focus. See, just like that. Like I've been looking around this room and I couldn't find anything else. It's because I didn't have the right thing focused on. And ZT, I'm really enjoying this game. I love puzzle games though. And surprisingly, this is my first Sherlock game since like the early 90s.
We had to put the tray with Mother's morning tea down, but why?
Maybe because you were scared she was going to knock it over or something?
Mother was troubled that morning. Something we did upset her. Dr. Richter tried to calm her down.
Is this the same morning as with that vase that was broken?
The broken plate shards were all over the floor. Mycroft had to change his suit as the one he was wearing was completely stained. It's starting to ring a bell. I think it happened in the morning.
Oh, there we go. I always love that. Sherlock gets to take a break and John gets to do some work. Oh, I loved LA Noire ZT. I want to try the VR version. I know it's not the full game, but I'm still interested just to see how that game works in VR. But I would love to replay LA Noire. That was a fun one. Even though I always did a terrible job at reading people's faces. Either they were very obviously lying, or I just couldn't figure it out. Okay, so what are our options here? It looks like he's showing her something, and she's freaking out and breaks everything. What's going on there? It looks like he's flipping the table. Who's that? Is that one of us? Oh my gosh, what's happening? Oh, good night, Rainbow. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm really digging this game too. I can't wait to see where the story goes, but get some good sleep. Hope we see you on Saturday. Or he just drops it. What other points of interest are there? Are there just those two? Oh no, there's something over here. Okay, so they have to pour the tea. They said that when it was on the ground. Looks like they're just having a little tea party. Oh, he's on the ground. I don't think they'd be chilling in whatever situation this is. I'm gonna guess it's that one. This I'm having a hard time telling what's what though. So if that's what causes that to flip over and break, then I think this one's incorrect. What is that noise? That's Mycroft. Okay, thank you, Fanta. I'm like, who is this person right here? So this would be our older brother. I don't know if it's on Game Pass. Nerd, that'd be a good thing to check out. It might be. Game Pass is a pretty awesome selection. Okay, I want to try this out. I don't think I have enough clues to know what's correct or not. See how this turns out.
I don't believe you! Liars! Get away from me! It's not true! It's not real!
Oh, is that saying that her husband's dead?
Oh,
Everything will be okay, Sherry. I promise.
Did I nail it on the first try?
It was the morning of the 9th of April, the day my mother died.
Nice. That was a pretty good guess. I feel like I didn't have a whole lot of knowledge going into that. I was really just going off of feelings more than like facts. ZT, I have played Detroit Become Human on stream 3 times. I've beaten the entire game 3 times. That's kind of a special game to me, especially because as I was streaming that game my first time playing it, I got raided by Brian Deckhart and his wife Amelia Deckhart. And if you don't know, Brian Deckhart is actually the guy that plays Connor, the detective, who in the game, and he was streaming the game as well. So he raided me with like over 1,000 people, which just blew up my stream because I was used to having like 3 people at the time in here, and met a lot of awesome people when that happened. It was super fun. So ended up playing it again, making different choices, and then I played it again a year after that as kind of a fun anniversary thing. Oh, and thanks for checking that, guys, on that game on Game Pass. The morning of April 9th. The 9th of April started off badly. My mother was anxious, then hysterical. She threw food and shouted at the doctor, calling him a liar. John and I brought her morning tea, but when the shouts started, I became scared. The only thing I could think to do was hide near the bed and wait for everything to pass. Thankfully, John was there to protect me and calm me down. That's really cute. His imaginary friend kind of keeps him safe.
My mother, she was not just ill, but had. God have mercy.
I'm sorry. That explains why you locked the memory away.
Definitely
There
repress
must be
that.
more, John. That was the morning of her death. I need to know what happened. John.
Every time you... I just don't...
Oh.
Please, Sherry, leave it be.
He's like glitching
Just
out.
breathe, John. You know that I cannot leave the last stone unturned. We are so close.
I know. But can we at least leave it for another day?
Oh, Bramble, that's really cool. I like that idea. Kit, the cat. When I think of Kit, I think of a car, actually, but that's a really cute name for a cat. Okay, we'll let him say we leave it for another day. We're not in that much of a rush.
Well, history tells us these memories are triggered by our investigation of other matters. I suspect it could not be forced even if I so desired.
Thank you. How are you feeling about all this? Tell me, I'm not the only one reeling.
100%, Alex. Now, you are going the right path, though, with making those YouTube videos and editing that stuff. You definitely want to keep on that, because that's a good way of essentially making your own luck. Because some things can happen by luck, winning the lottery, getting a huge raid like that, but you can't count on that. You definitely want to do everything you can to make your own luck. Let's say we're all right now. I think we're doing okay.
In the end, little has changed. My mother was still unwell, just not with tuberculosis. What I do not yet understand is why Mycroft lied about it. There are precious few pieces of this puzzle remaining, John. Let us dawdle here no longer.
Indeed. Wait, did you hear that?
Oh, someone's here.
Yes. Metallic souls. What is this sailor doing here?
Is this Paul? Is that his name? I just realized something, Phantasma. Whenever I think maybe you need to do a new pin, it pops up right up there. And it says press up on the D-pad to set it. But I think you probably only have a few seconds to do so, otherwise it disappears. Yeah, just keep at it, Alex. And one thing I always hear about those that have really made it on social media is it often takes years. So you just got to be patient, keep trying, you can do it. Oh, that's right. We did have an analysis of that little bottle with no marking on it, right? Almost empty bottle. Let's check this out. Whoa. Oh, I thought that was something else. Oh, look at this. There's like a different operator. What does that do? It changes pluses to minuses? Is that what that does? Okay, so what do we need? 3 red, -4 blue. That should be easy. We'll have to use that negative thing. Can I just do it this easily? This might be too easy, I'm not sure. So if this goes here, so we got our 3 red already. We take 4 blue, make it negative, attach it to here, and done. Yeah, that's easy. A piece of cake. I like this. This kind of gets into my programming background a little bit. Analysis identified the substance as a hallucinogen derived from mushrooms. That didn't give me a whole lot, but something. Okay, let's go ahead and still got the knocking at the door pinned. Let's go check that out. I actually have a game on Steam that's kind of focused on like light level programming. I want to check it out. I can't think of the name of it, but it looked fun. It was the same guys that made that Little Inferno game. Is that our brother? No, or is that Paul?
Sherlock Holmes, isn't it?
No.
I was looking for you.
No idea who this is.
With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
You could call me your new game. The rules are simple. I have something for you, but you alone must work out what that is.
And that something is my prize, I suppose?
You're a fast learner, sir.
What in the hell's going on? This guy just wanders into my house uninvited with like a weird pink thing under his hat. And he's just trying to set us up with a game. This is kind of creepy, actually. Christian, you take care, dude. Thank you so much for joining us. Good to see you again. Let's analyze this weirdo. Painted recently. Okay, pink paint in his hair. Old and shabby sailor uniform. No signs of hard physical work, which means probably not actually a sailor. Hiding something square-shaped. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so what do we think this guy is? A man dressed as a sailor came to my house, declaring that he was my new game. A drop of pink paint in his hair betrayed him as a man who was involved in the art sphere. His hands showed no signs of regular physical activity, no corns, no rough skin, which is at odds with his mariner's outfit. Few artists know my name or where I live, so Vogel best fits the role of the game master. Considering the tiny square-shaped object in the fake sailor's pocket, I deduce that he was employed at Vogel's art gallery, and the real reason for his visit was to pass me an invitation. Maybe. You nailed it, the first one. Hasifa, the human resource machine. Yeah. Or do we think he's a sailor artist? A sailor came to my house, declaring that he was my new game. His hands showed no signs of regular physical activity, no corns, rough skin, but owing to the fact that he had an old, worn-out uniform, I assumed he was still in service. No, I think it's definitely this first one. Let's go with this. Accept.
I cannot believe that Mr. Vogel has somehow successfully called my attention to his gallery. You're here with an invitation to visit it, obviously.
My word, you are fast, Mr. Holmes. Could you explain how you came to that conclusion?
Of course. Explanations are my favorite part of any conversation.
He loves to show
Hands
off.
without any sign of regular physical activity, in contradiction to one who would most usually wear such a uniform. The paint in your hair is pink. I don't know of any military service that paints their ships pink, unless they have launched a new fashionable fleet. A sailor with the soul of an artist? I would suggest rather a gallery employee disguised as a sailor to mislead me. How many artists on the island know where I live and of my passion for deduction? Werner Vogel is clearly at the top of the list. And you've been attempting to conceal something square-shaped within your pocket. An invitation, I suppose. An invitation to Mr. Vogel's gallery.
This is not a weapon.
Remarkable, Mr. Holmes. Mr. Vogel was right about your genius. I think he may have even underestimated you. This is your invitation. Please tell Mr. Vogel that the seed has been planted. He asked me to tell you to do so, if you win this little game. Farewell.
I don't know if this is part of the main quest, Phantasma, or just a like a side quest kind of fun bonus thing. And Hasifa, the second one, is a sequel to Human Resource Machine and focuses on parallel programming in the same vein. Oh, that's cool. Once you've beaten the original one, you get a more complicated version. I don't think I have that one yet. And this is the start of the second to the last main case. So how many main cases are there? Would that be, I guess, 4 or 5? I think we've done 2 main cases at least. 2 or 3. But going pretty quick, but I still imagine at least like 3 more streams at my pace. Here's the invitation. Dear Sherlock Holmes, as you no doubt have already guessed, I would like to invite you to experience my art exhibition, not only for the purpose of the contemplation of beauty, but in a more general need of your genius. You will find the gallery at the, oh dear God, Paravansary? I don't know, I'm sure there's a better way of saying that. At the crossroads of Bazaar Road and Herms Avenue in Old City. Always your friend, something Vogel, I think. There are 5 total, okay. So we have done 3, then, if this is the second to last.
You won't believe it, but Verna's other idea was to put me in a dress.
You lucked out then, dude. What is that over here on the floor? Oh, it's like a light fixture that fell down. Okay. Let's see. Oh, yep, it's a whole new thing. Muse from abroad. So that's going to be our pinned thing. So we want to go to Old City. I have to go outside first. Crossroads of Bazaar and Hermes. Oh, that's kind of like the overarching quest, I guess, Phantasma. That makes sense. That'll be like the finale, I'm guessing. Is that John?
Mr. Sherlock Holmes,
No.
I presume.
Correct. With whom do I have the pleasure?
Emilio Estevaux, happy to make your acquaintance. I am here on behalf of Mycroft, your brother. He is on his way to Cordona. In the meantime, he requests your assistance with a sensitive matter. My orders are to provide you with the details.
I thought he was about to say his name was Emilio Estevez, and I was going to laugh out loud. It was pretty close. You don't look like Emilio Estevez. Let's say we're listening. Sure.
You have my attention, Mr. Estevaux.
Mark Ridley, the son of General Arthur Ridley, is being blackmailed. Suffice to say, the compromising material is of a delicate nature. The matter is of no small importance to the Crown, especially given the status quo on Cordona.
I always like to say these ones in white text first because it's more just getting extra information. Those actually push the conversation forward.
What about the status quo?
The Ottoman population holds a certain animosity towards the colonial rule. It's been this way since we took over the island. General Ridley made concessions with their leaders, but I'm afraid we are still teetering on the edge of open hostility.
Oh, that sounds cool, Hasifa. I have not played a modern MechWarrior game. I played the first and second one on PC way back in the day. And then I played one that came out on the original Xbox. I think it was called MechWarrior Mercenaries. It was fun. It wasn't as detailed. You know, you couldn't like pick all your parts and have to repair and stuff. But it was a fun jump in and play kind of game. I bet they're really good now.
What does Mycroft want me to do? Retrieve the blackmail material?
No, sir, nothing of the sort. Mark Ridley is meeting the blackmailer atop the old city bridge tower. You shall observe from a distance, then establish the blackmailer's identity. Do not attempt to arrest him. We'll handle it from there.
Saving the best for yourself? Fine.
There's a cafe just over the bridge that provides a good vantage point. Please report to me when you are done. I'll be waiting for you here, and remember, discretion is of the essence.
Interesting. That might be also a main case. I'm not sure.
Do exercise some restraint, Mr. Holmes. Find the whos and we'll handle the whys.
But I think I'm going to continue on with that other one at first. I already forgot the street names after that discussion. Bazaar Road and Herms and Old City. Okay. Luckily, we've already been to Old City, so we have this... Oh, it's a side case? Nice. Well, we'll see how quickly we do stuff. We might want to do it anyway. There's Bazaar. There's her. Right there. Okay, so should be right about there. Let's mark our compass. And I can teleport here. Wait, this one's a little closer. Did you ever play that one mech game, Hasifa, on the original Xbox where you had to buy this like massive controller to play it? It had like probably 40 or 50 buttons on there, 2 different sticks to control your mech, and I think you had foot pedals as well. And if I remember right, if you died in that game, like it would like erase your save. And you have to start the whole game over again. It was pretty hardcore. Kind of a neat idea. Steel Battalion, I think was the name of that game. I never played it, but just based on that controller, I was always interested. But that came out at a time where I had no money, so I was not buying that. I think it was like a $200 game with that controller. Okay, the art gallery should be right around here. That looks like it could be it. Here's where you would drop off your coat and what have you. Oh yeah, this is it. This guy.
Mr. Holmes, you came.
Scary.
Oh, how kind. Though now, of course, I realize it is because of my game, not the works on display.
It needn't be one or the other. Your man's disguise was easily debunked, Mr. Vogel, but I shall admit that you planted in me the seed of curiosity.
Ah, terrific. I had no doubt you'd put the pieces together. Let us call it an opening gambit before the real game begins.
So, this little game of yours, what's it about?
An enigma to solve. A locked area in the basement with no windows found brutally vandalized. I have no clue how it was possible.
These camera angles are really weird. It's like we see half their face and then something's like obscuring the camera because it's so close. What are they doing? Describe the events.
What about this intrusion? What happened?
Last night, I was about to leave the gallery when I heard a noise downstairs. I went to the basement, but I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. It was admittedly a rudimentary inspection. It is not uncommon to get rats down there, so seeing nothing of note, I left and locked up the building. When I returned this morning, alas, I discovered that part of the exhibition had been torched, and there was no sign of the intruder. The mystery being, of course, that all the doors to the gallery were locked exactly as I left them.
And the door to the basement is the only entrance?
Correct. Tell me you're not intrigued.
And this locked area downstairs, what exactly was it?
The under gallery. It's always shut, and I'm the only one with the key.
Ah, so this is your private collection, not part of the gallery.
Oh, no. It's an exclusive exhibition of eccentric pieces. Only a select cadre of artists, investors, and collectors are admitted. Not everyone deserves to have their eyes opened.
Interesting.
Well, this matter is certainly within my wheelhouse.
This intrusion troubles me. Please take a look around if you're willing. The under gallery is through the door at the end.
I will see what I see.
I like that response. I'll see what I see. That's great. Oh, they're setting them up as opposites? That makes sense. It kind of seemed like they were adversaries, the way they filmed that. Yes, Steel Battalion. $832? Okay, it's gotten more expensive, but that makes sense, Hasifa, because like it hardly ever sold, you know? Actually, I worked at Blockbuster Video at the time that game came out. Unfortunately, it was not a game we ever got to rent. We did get some weird games that had different kinds of controllers and things, and we rented that out with them. I remember we had like a fishing game on the Dreamcast, and there was a couple N64 games that we got special hardware with. I think some Pokemon ones. I forget all of them, but we never did get that Steel Battalion.
I wish I could show you the gallery under different circumstances, but life is beautiful in its unpredictability, isn't it?
That would have been cool to try out. I don't think I need to buy it.
You sure you don't like art, Sherry?
Oh, I bet that's like real art. Like something you would actually find in reality, you know, like at a museum. Where was the entrance to this place again? Oh, I should probably pin it. The vandalism of the undergallery. So it's going to be downstairs somewhere. Oh, here we go. Looks like we're going into a dungeon. The AC Swinburne.
Back home, we've got a taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what I bring him.
Is he pretending to fish? Oh, for that shark? Look at that thing.
A simplistic attempt at provocation.
It's just rotting meat. That's gross. Oh, you tried MechWarrior 5 in VR with a keyboard and mouse, and since your keyboard has RGB lights, it could be configured per game. That's pretty cool. I've never tried doing per game keyboard stuff. That'd be kind of neat, because like it could actually highlight them based on what keys you need to play in the game normally. I know I don't have it for mine, but some arcade sticks actually have LED buttons that will light up depending on which buttons you need to use for the game you're playing. Because some arcade games just need 1 or 2 buttons, some need like a full 6 or more, so it's kind of neat. Oh, what is this? Somebody dig? Somebody have tunneled into here?
Old, and hasn't been used for a long time.
There was something right here, but it keeps disappearing when I look at it. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's not for this inspection thing. That's for me pressing the right bumper. There we go.
The left step's length is shorter than the right. It indicates that the walker was lame.
Lame. He's so lame. Lame just basically means like he's injured or has like a disability in his walk.
Closed with a metal bolt.
Magnet fillings.
Footprints. Size 9.5.
Okay, we got a shoe size and we know they're lame. I remember hearing about that. Kind of when I was telling you about how when you die, your entire game is deleted and you have to start all over. I remember that eject button was a way to like basically quit the game or quit the level without losing all your progress. I think you lost some, but not all of it. Already got all those things. Yeah, it's actually a really cool idea. Like, I'm kind of surprised somebody hasn't tried to do that again, except for the fact that it's just so expensive having that kind of hardware, and then who's got the space to use it?
A true artist never shows an unfinished piece.
Oh, I like that. That's cool. It's like a weird sex dungeon, doesn't it? As part of an art piece. Truly a exhibition.
Sherry, how about some company in that dreary chamber of yours?
Leave my loneliness unbroken, John.
It's like Edgar Allan Poe.
A handprint of the thing from another world. But it looks fresh, and its coal origin ruins the effect of the extra mundane.
It said looks to have been moved. That's interesting. How would you even know that?
Sodden and mold-ridden. One presumes deliberately.
Well, yeah, it looks like they put it right underneath that leaky pipe just to like kind of like give it water damage, which is kind of neat. Oh, because it's not in the center. Okay. Like, I mean, they may have set it up that way on purpose on the side. I don't know, but yeah, I could definitely see it being kind of strange. Like, why isn't it centered? But still kind of presumptuous, I suppose. That would be cool. Yeah, with VR, you could definitely do some cool joystick stuff, or even fake joysticks with like motion controls. You know, might not be as accurate, of course.
The parasites of creativity. Or just a reflection of the artist's recreational interests.
Mushrooms. Oh, I know that drawing. That one's creepy.
Saturn devouring his sun. Oh, grim composition.
Unflinching in its ferocity, yet somehow beautiful.
I don't know if I think that's beautiful. I don't think I've ever actually played a game, Hasifa, that had voice commands. I remember there were some on the PS2. maybe PS3 that I think Squaresoft made or some Japanese studio. You played the entire game with your voice, and it was kind of like a Resident Evil style game, but you just talked to your character and told him where to go and what to pick up and what to shoot. It seems like that'd be really difficult.
Ugh, sheer vandalism. Only an ignorant person could do such a thing.
There's something else right here. Oh, a cigarette butt. What does that say? Malpal?
Coal fingerprints. I think we're looking for a man with a coal mustache.
And the coal handprint in the coffin that we saw earlier.
A Malpal butt.
It is Malpal, okay. Really, Hasif? Oh, that'd be so funny to get a goofy voice for that. I've always kind of wished I could get, like, Christopher Walken to do my GPS voice or something. That'd be hilarious. It's like we're imagining how they hang paintings, which, I mean, honestly, that looks really cool. I would like to hang paintings in my house like that. I mean, I suppose I can. Was that it for here? I think it was. I suppose since that thing is available, we've already done everything. Let's check this out. Okay, there's something over here with the shovels. Oh, that would make sense. They actually came through the chimney like Santa Claus, and that's why they got coal on their hands. What other options are there? I'd believe that. And that's somebody doing fake footprint things? I don't believe that. I'm gonna stick with that one for here. Yeah, Sherlock's like, I'm gonna take a break. Really, he's just like kind of taking his thinking chair seat and then doing all of this in his mind, obviously. I don't think he got in there. Unless... Could he have been hiding in there and that's how he got out? Because he had to get out after doing all that, you know? Maybe that's it. Maybe he snuck out later, once everything had been unlocked and opened up. That's him torching everything. Oh, what does that remind me of? You see how it's like a wooden doll looking character because we don't know who it is yet? It's like Danganronpa when you're doing the murder scene comic book strip and you don't actually know who it is yet. Tom Baker. How do I know that name? Who's Tom Baker? Wait, what's the difference? Oh, or it's the actual guy. I don't think he did it. It's an interesting idea, but... Oh, one of the Doctor Who's? That's cool. I never actually watched that show, but I could recognize some of the Doctor Who. Okay, so that's that guy taking the paintings off there. I don't think it's the guy that called me. Oh. I'm gonna keep it there. I think that's all of these. Oh, no, there's another one right here we haven't done. That shows him sneaking in. I think he should actually be leaving that way. And then it shows him again. Okay, so this is probably not correct then. That looks like he's sneaking in from upstairs. I don't think he came from that direction. Maybe you want to keep it here. This is him coming later when he discovers the problem. Maybe. And I think the perpetrator came in that way. That's the only thing that explains why he got in without breaking anything. Door or lock was intact. Let's try that.
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the hatch bolt. He accidentally pushed a shovel to the floor. Vogel heard the noise. At the sound of his approaching footsteps, the intruder hid inside the coffin. When Vogel entered the basement, he failed to notice anything strange and left without properly checking. The intruder waited until Vogel had left the caravanserai before burning the paintings in Wilde's room. But the vandalism was a cover for the theft.
I think I got on the first try again. I'm getting pretty good at those. 5 people Forsaken. Was that one level or is that a whole bunch of different missions? Good job, dude. Oh wait, does that mean I didn't get it correct? Like part of it's white and part of it's yellow. I'm not sure what that means.
Back home, we've got a taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what I bring him.
3 levels, 5 victims? Not too shabby. Good job, Forsaken. Nice. Oh, yellow is new stuff. Okay, thank you. I'm like, oh, did I miss something? I don't see any way to restart it, so I think we're good. Okay. So then I should probably go here. Looks like I have a new thing to click here. Most of the paintings in Wilde's room have been removed from the hanger as a pile of ashes. Okay, we already knew about that. I think we need to go talk to him. That's what that pin means. So let's go upstairs and talk to Vogel. Going good. We actually finished the elephant one, and I think we pinned it on the right guy, but it's kind of hard to tell. The game doesn't tell if you got it correct or not. You just have to go with your gut and hope for the best. We discovered some more stuff about our mom, how she was mentally ill and being tortured by the doctor, which sucks. And now we're trying to help this eccentric art gallery guy find out who broke into his gallery and burned a bunch of his paintings. It's interesting because he got in without opening or breaking the lock. I think he came down the chimney like Santa Claus.
The pieces are not what I expected.
What do you think my collection is about?
Well, we saw the painting of the guy, Saturn eating his son. There was the coffin with the dead body. There was the weird sex dungeon bed thing. Most of that seems like it's death, not all of it. It could be decay. I'll just go with death.
It's a reflection on mortality. Nothing lasts forever, no beauty sustains itself, and everything succumbs to darkness. Am I right?
I don't know.
Well, that's absurd. Of course you know. It's your gallery.
There is no one answer, no singular truth, but many filtered through the subjective mind. That forgetting, embellishing, lying machine.
That's
Besides,
interesting.
what's wrong with a lie if it makes life more interesting?
What's wrong with a lie? It corrupts the ability of others to behave freely and rationally.
Men never act freely and rationally anyway. It matters not what is or isn't in the end. The only important thing is how you feel. And I simply want to feel and consume as much as I can. Don't you?
Feelings are simply one's animal ancestry trying to wrest back control of the brain. I try to avoid the distraction.
You try not to feel, even in a place like this? None of it moves you?
To be frank, I struggle to maintain even a whit of interest in art.
But Mr. Holmes, it is joy incarnate, mankind's greatest achievement.
Mankind's highest achievement above all others is objective and rational thought.
I see then why you dislike art, for it means whatever you want it to.
Or perhaps, Mr. Vogel, I was lying.
Aha.
Touche. Good callback, Weebatome. I totally forgot when we called him mediocre. That was super rude of us. He kind of needs to get us back, right? Dave Mustaine. I don't know who that is. I don't think I've ever seen him, but glad you saw that in him. Let's say that case was interesting.
Mr. Vogel, my investigation has revealed that the intrusion was not merely vandalism, but theft. The limping visitor left your place with a canvas.
That's very impressive.
This thief was familiar with the gallery, and he was sporting a limp. Do any of your clients or artists come to mind?
My, your attention to detail is remarkable, Mr. Holmes. I should introduce you to Bosch's works. Alas, I'm afraid I cannot suggest a culprit.
Oh, I thought that limp might actually give somebody away. Oh, from Megadeth. Nice. Oh, no. Yeah, now I know who you're talking about, but that's awesome. Is Sherlock permanently rude? Because he's just so much smarter than everybody else. He needs to show off, right? It makes him just seem more smug than anything, I think.
The fire was a clever attempt to hide a stolen painting, even if it didn't fool me. I found the remnants of an empty frame in the pile of ashes. The canvas had been removed. Do you know which paintings in the Wild Room may have interested a thief? Were any particularly expensive?
Those pieces belong to a well-known artist named Boniface Mercurio. They're controversial, but not of a notably high value.
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the latch and dislodged the shovel while doing so. That's the noise you heard yesterday. When you went downstairs to investigate, he hid in the coffin.
It seems I should have checked the space more thoroughly.
There's something more, is there not? I can see it in your eyes.
Indeed. There is another intriguing angle. I recently received an anonymous offer for one of Mercurio's works. The sum was more than fair, and indeed could have saved Mercurio from his artistic poverty. But he declined it.
Was it a performative whim? Some artists lionize pain and hardship as if their work would be worse after a meal and a hot bath.
I cannot tell. But not only did he refuse the deal, he insisted on displaying the painting in the public space. I was hoping to change his mind, but artists are a special breed of stubborn.
Interesting. And Jada, so we always do it typically one of the last streams of the month. So we got a couple weeks to go, but I think we'll probably do it on a Tuesday or Thursday, because the last month or two we did it on Saturday, so we'll change it up. But yeah, it comes up quicker than you think, Jada. I did play LA Noire. I really enjoyed it. I never streamed it, Forsaken, so I might stream it at some point, because I haven't played it since it first came out on the PS3. When the heck was that? 2009? Something like that? It feels like it's been forever. I also have the VR version, or maybe I don't have the VR version, but it's in my wish list. So that might be a cool one to check out as well. It's not the entire game in VR, just I think like small snippets of it to experience that VR-ness of everything. That's a good theory, Phantasma. It's a defense mechanism, how oft-putish he is, which would make sense. He's definitely had a lot of trauma in his past. We might have Phantasma. We might have. Okay, so where does this Mercurio live?
So where can I find Boniface Mercurio?
I know he lives somewhere in Old City, but couldn't be more specific. He's a prominent figure, so finding him shouldn't be a problem.
Old City? Really? That place is huge.
What was depicted in the piece?
A bound woman, wrapped in robes, being penetrated by a red devil that stared at us, the viewer.
Whoa!
The beast had numerous tails growing from his back, and a large crowd gathered around the pair, silently watching the orgiastic scene.
Okay, well, given the nature of the other works on display, it's hard to see why that one stood out. What could possibly be its value?
The evaluation of art is very subjective, Mr. Holmes. After all, art is everything. A poem, a bruise, the beads of sweat on your beloved skin. Even a masterfully solved crime.
I'm not sure I see the connection.
Regardless, the painting was one of a series called The Sabbath Night in Cordona. The works depict sex, violence, and other controversial acts that life, for better or worse, contains.
Ah, I see.
I'm not sure that you do, but that can wait for another time.
Well, I believe I have enough to begin. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. Your gallery certainly has unexpected depths.
I'm delighted to have been able to please a friend. In return, I expect you to come back with good news. Or at least with a good story.
Oh, we'll figure it out. But first, Forsaken Kraken. Holy cow. Thank you so much for the bits. I appreciate that, dude. Sorry, I had to wait for their talking to finish. I didn't want to interrupt the dialogue. And don't look. You're going to offer a trigger warning. Okay, Phantasma, I will not look just in case. I don't want to see a spoiler. I won't read your messages right after that. Okay, so let's go ahead and equip that one again. Thank you again so much. Let's go to Mercurio's address. All we know is it's in the old city, but that's probably the one we want, I believe. Okay, good. Now I can read your messages again. You may now read me. That last token does not want to get caught. There's the exit. Oh, I think you guys missed it. Let me drop it one more time. You are too kind, Forsaken. Too kind. I really appreciate it, dude. Oh, we're already in Old City. Okay. So, let me look back at this again. It was this one, right? He's a prominent person. So I guess just like looking at anything. Uh-oh. Wait, the game's broken? Oh, you mean, are you guys not getting tokens? Oh, I remember when that happened. Weird. Okay, let me restart that real quick. Well, we're actually, before I try that, let's go ahead and save it just in case I break something. I need to look at the dates. I think that was the last one we did. Oh yeah, it puts them in order. Okay, good. Leave that there for a second. It's still nothing. Yeah, I think the program just stopped counting. Let's go ahead and disconnect. Let me close it out. What about the first one? I think I gave it to you, Forsaken. You did get a token for that first one. And then it just decided to stop counting tokens. I'm gonna restart the program. Connect. Okay, let me try it one more time. I'm cursed. You cursed the game. Okay, let's try that out. We'll do two. There we go. It's so random. I remember one time, I think it happened because we were doing a whole... There, now it's working, Alex. We were doing a whole lot of token drops, you know, like when we had a big hype train or something, but that one was kind of just random, I guess. Oh, I'm glad you guys noticed that, though. So all that we heard was it... Is there no sound in the game now? Hold on. There we go. I had to click in there. Hey, that's how it works, Alex. That's how it works. Good catches. So a prominent figure. So I'm guessing we're looking for like an extra fancy building. Azam Sahir Mosque. I don't think it's going to be there. You are ripped off by John. I didn't break it. I don't know what causes that to break. I wish I knew. The token union would have my head if it existed. The only thing I do is cause inflation. That's my only effect on the token economy. You know, I bet when I run by the door, we'll get a pop-up that says like, oh, you discovered such and such place. Make sure I'm still in Old City. What's funny is like, this place is all just kind of janky because it's Old City, you know?
Salty breeze, old ruins, dusty roads. Do you recall clambering over these walls as a child?
Perhaps. Did we find something at the top?
Ah, another little side case. That's cool. Let me double check the thing. Oh, this is the archive, right, Phantasma? Sorry, it's been a while since we've seen that book. That's the archive, I believe. So I want to go... Is there an archive in the Old City Market? Not sure if there's an archive. Or I may not have discovered it here yet, if there is one on this side of town. But there is one over here. City Hall. I believe we got something. So let's try going there. Can it always be any of them, or is it sometimes one specifically? You know what that reminds me of for a second? I don't know if you're a Simpsons fan, but there was this episode, I think it was a Treehouse of Horror, the Halloween episode, like an early one, where they have like a cursed monkey paw. And the guy says, oh, you can buy this monkey paw, but it is cursed. And Homer's like, aw. He's like, but it comes with free ice cream. And Homer's like, yay. And he's like, but the ice cream is also cursed. Aw. And it kind of keeps going back and forth like that.
Have you found anything helpful?
Why, yes, I did. It is always one specific archive. How would you know which is which, I guess? Does it depend on what part of the city you need to go exploring? Well, since I'm here, I'll try this one. So the subject is citizen. The period, let's leave that alone for now. I want legal documents, maybe? Old city. I don't know if that gives me enough. No information. Okay, let's change registry. Turn that one off. No, that's not it. I think citizens is correct. Oh, I see. So it's depending on the needs. So if you need crime records, that would be police. Addresses, legal documents, or newspaper. So we definitely, I think we're in the right place. I definitely think this would be City Hall for addresses. Maybe instead of period, we want birth. Occupation? No. This one feels like we don't have enough information. He's prominent. Oh, officials maybe? It could be officials. British. Just kidding. Occupation. No. I think subjects is correct. If he's a prominent person, he could be an official. We know he's in Old City, so that's definitely correct. Let's try legal documents again. No. Some of these I think I've already tried. Okay, it's none of those combinations. Could it be citizen? Instead? I mean, could it be business? Being a prominent figure, I guess, could be a business thing. Yeah, this one doesn't sound like it's going to do it. Let's check the newspaper. Whoa, look at all the new entries in my diary. What is that about? What did I do? I mean, City Hall kind of makes the most sense for finding an address, but none of those were matching up at all. Okay, what part of town is the newspaper in? Cemetery. Newsboy, is that it? Newsboy, the same thing as that? Oh, is that our friend getting upset at us? So we're like in the little marketplace.
Extra! An historic death! The local archaeologist killed Theodore Gilden because of ancient Roman treasures!
Well, that's cool. You get to hear what actually happened based on
The cheapest news on the island.
what's going on with the camera. Yeah, let's go ahead and buy it.
Thank you.
It's only one, whatever that currency is. It's in Scaladio? Is that what it was? There's City Hall, church, cathedral, There's the police station. And the Chronicle. That must be it, the Chronicle. This is probably the closest one. And south, this way. I should probably mark it on the map. There we go. Off we go. I don't think I've even tried to look at anything at the newspaper yet. This will be my first. That might make sense based on the idea that he is, you know, a prominent figure. He could appear in newspapers. Which building is it? Is it this one? No. I got a pop-up saying the newspaper. There's a pharmacy. It's somewhere right on this corner. Oh, I think it's over here. There it is. Ah, excuse me.
Stop the presses. Who is Cordona's handsome stranger? Or Nosebaggerspun's local life? Wait, no. Foppish foreigner hides dark past. Oh,
Rude.
You've made quite the impression already, Mr. Holmes. You care to tell your side of the story?
I'm quite certain I have no idea as to what you refer, and I am further certain I have no interest in indulging your gossip.
Gossip? The truth will come out, but will only be heard if told well. Scandal, daring-do, romance. These are the tools of every good journalist. Nothing travels faster or lasts longer than a great story. Young man, your tale will be told with or without you. My readers demand it.
Sounds like a
You
threat.
already knew my name and seem aware of my doings here in Cordona. I presume this newspaper is your little endeavor?
Yasmin Sertel, editor-in-chief of the Cordona Chronicle. Advocate of the free press, voice of the people, scourge of the silk stocking.
Charmed, I'm sure. As an advocate of the free press, I trust you'll permit me to consult your archives? There are gaps in my knowledge of Cordona.
Oh, so my work does have merit. Well, I think we can strike a bargain. I shall provide you access, and you let me keep writing about your exploits.
So be it.
Brooding bachelor builds bridges. Now that's character development.
I guess I owe you my gratitude.
What can I say? I've always enjoyed working with the Holmes. They whisper such interesting things.
Cool. I thought I was going to have to do some big involved quest for her. I don't think so. And Forsaken, since you brought up LA Noire, you can't stop thinking about it. You're going to go play it so your mind will be satiated. If you don't come back, I hope everyone has a good night. Oh, you have a good night too, Forsaken. Yeah, we got about 30 minutes left or so, but I hope you have a wonderful evening and enjoy that game. When I first played it, the only time I played it was on the PlayStation 3, so kind of hard to go back to that console. It's not bad looking, but man, just like you know, the lower resolution than what we're used to and the lower frame rate, it'll be nice to play that again on PC with everything pumped up a little bit, looking a bit cleaner. That's also one of the reasons why I'm a big fan of gaming on PCs. It's like you buy a game once and you get free HD remasters when you get a new video card because you can play it at higher settings now. Is this the archives? Here we go. Okay, so we have period, people, section, districts. Okay, so we know it's Old City. Oh, nice. You already have it on PC? Perfect. There's quite a bit of shooting in that game, so actually I bet that game plays well with the keyboard and mouse. Have a good night, dude. Period. Recent or current year? Let's just do recent. Is prominent. Could be celebrity. Let's try that. Ah! A brawl at artists sellout. This could be it. We know he's into art. The past week has brought us a new scandal regarding the local so-called artistic higher society. It all began at the painting sellout named by local artist of the Dance of Decadence. The director of a publishing house, The Lion, Darren Turwick, broke the idol by throwing a chair at the decadent artist, Boniface Mercurio. There we go. As Mr. Turwick said later, he did it because Mr. Mercurio brought dishonor to his name. The column writer graciously reminded the reader that recently Mr. Mercurio was spotted with Mrs. Turwick at the coffee shop. Afterwards, an orchestra conductor, Kurt Gallagher, smashed a painting across Mr. Turwick's head to protect his friend Mercurio. A large brawl started, including a large number of customers. After a protracted fight, the police arrived. All the high society brawlers were arrested and placed under guard for a week. What a breathtaking event it was. As your loyal personal advisor, I suggest that you obtain a souvenir from the sellout. Unfortunately, it has since ended, but Boniface Mercurio himself invites our readers to visit his home and purchase one of his paintings. You will find him at the address Herms Avenue between Scarlet Street and Olive Street in Old City. Okay, so it's on Herms between Scarlet and Olive. Let's mark that real quick. Herms. Olive and Scarlet. Here's Scarlet. Here's Herms. Okay, so it's like right somewhere in the middle here. I'm not sure which side of the street it's on, but we'll figure it out. So let's put our compass there. And it's probably... where's our closest fast travel point? Do we have any? Oh, we're in a building. No wonder I can't fast travel. That's right. It's like, why can't I find it?
I have something for you.
She's got a mission.
Mr. Holmes, I see what you're up to. Mysterious stranger pursues betrothed woman. But please, let us keep things professional. I have in my possession an envelope containing details of a special assignment for you. Tell me, are you interested?
I mean, there's really no reason to say not now, unless you don't want to clutter up your quest log, but you can just do it anytime, so why not?
I believe I am, but to be very clear, Miss Sirtle, my interest extends to the message and not the messenger.
So he claims he's not a gal sneaker, seducing women everywhere he goes. Perhaps the truth is even more scandalous?
Please spare me the speculation and return to the matter at hand.
A gang of smugglers, the Eels, have Cordona in their clammy grip. The British Empire can abide it no longer. Mycroft insists they be disbanded. But this organization only falls with the capture of their odious leader, Friedrich Panzer. And note well, I did say capture, not kill. Inside your envelope is a map marked with the Eels' warehouses. But alas, we do not know in which Friedrich Panzer resides.
So even Mycroft has his limits.
Indeed. You must be sure to identify the correct warehouse before entering. Because once one is compromised, the other's occupants will scatter.
It's like, just take them all
Here
out.
are all the files, and feel free to use the archive too. Again, do not enter the wrong location, nor see any harm done to Friedrich Panzer.
Miss Sirtle, if you're quite done with the redundant instructions, I shall get to work.
Well, that's perfect. Tortured hero lashes out after rejected romance. Tomorrow's edition will be a sensation.
Just keeps making up stories about me on the fly. I love it. Yeah, that's weird, Phantasma. I noticed your VIP just disappeared too, and your sub, it looks like, on my thing. Same thing happened to Forsaken, though, at like the same time. So I feel like it's a Twitch problem and not a you problem. Because, yeah, both of you guys, anybody else here want to say something? I wonder if other people's sub or VIP or anything else disappeared. That's really bizarre. Oh, speaking of Twitch stuff like that, there was something new that they enabled. I haven't tried it yet, but you can actually go to your list of, what do they call it, founders? It's kind of the first 10 people that ever subscribed to your channel. And for a lot of streamers, me included, a lot of my first 10 people, haven't seen them. in years. You know, they're just not part of the community anymore, which is totally fine, but it'd be nice to give that to somebody else that's been here a very long time and have that recognition. So I'm definitely going to do that with some folks. I just have to try to figure out, okay, who's been here the longest? Count up sub-months or something. Yeah, I think it's gone for everybody. It must be a Twitch thing. It must be a Twitch thing. 'Cause I don't see any VIP subs or anything for any of you guys. It's really weird. Yeah, my guess is it's on their end because we're all seeing the same thing. Now the real question is, Phantasma, what you should do, if you can time it, is type ! tokens, and exactly 10 minutes later, maybe 11 minutes later, do it again and see if you have one more token or two more tokens. And then at least you'll know if you're getting the sub benefit of being subbed to the channel with double the tokens. And Arbo, what's up, Arbo? How you doing, buddy? Let's see, you're sitting here like, oh, John stream? Oh, nope, still going, but we only got about 20 minutes left. How you doing, Arbo? I wish I had a long stream tonight, but I do not, alas. So we got a couple quests, but I'm going to stick to this one for now. So we want to find him. They gave us an address. Oh, I already marked it. That's right. It was an old town down here. Where did we mark it? No, that's Grand. Sausalito. Over here. Here we go. That's where it is. Now I can fast travel. This is probably the closest. Well, I don't see a road going that way. Let's do this one. There is a follow age command. Yeah, I don't even think it's something that I do. I think it's a Twitch thing, if I remember correctly. Maybe the bot does it too, but I feel like I've always had that follow age. Yeah, there's a follow age, and there's a watch time. You can also do watch time and see how many minutes you've watched the channel. Crap, I think I went to a dead end. Can I go around this way? There we go. Wow, 2 years and 9 months already, Phantasma. That's so funny. 1 day and 22 hours Forsaken watch. That reminds me of when I would look at my playtime of, like when I played World of Warcraft or like an MMO where you put a lot of hours into those games. It stops counting it in hours and it starts counting it in days. I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh, and over 2 years for you too, Arbo. Dang. Yeah, I love that, Phantasma. A month. But I would say it feels like even more than a month because, like, that's not counting, like, sleeping and everything. It's, like, literally 24 hours a day for a month. Have we been interacting, right? That's crazy. I love that. See if I can keep up with 3 years in 1 month, Alex. Nice. And 14 days watching. Okay, we're real close. It's right down here. I'm curious who actually has the longest. Try doing, like, watch time on Relentless. Relentless, maybe Jumi? Nate would be a good one too. Nate's been around for a long time. Therapy's been around for a long time, but Therapy hasn't been able to make it a lot recently. Oh, we just updated our map with the thing. Looks like it's right behind me. Is that the building? Right here? I think this is it.
Excuse me, young man. Where do you think you're going?
Greetings, Mom. I'm looking for the...
I don't care who you're looking for. You shall not pass. No visitors allowed.
I wish to buy a painting from Mr. Boniface Mercurio. Is he at home?
Dearie, tell me, because old age has made me blind. Did someone write Information Bureau on my forehead? Because I'm not here to answer your questions. Entry is for residents only. If you aren't a resident, please leave, or I shall report you to the police.
Yes, before Funny Thing had to go away for school, she was here all the time. Yeah, she has a ton of tokens, but hasn't spent them yet. She did request one game. We played what was it called? The Council, which kind of reminds me of this game a little bit. And that was a really cool game, but she never requested another game after that.
No visitors allowed.
Okay, so at Mercurio's home, the landlady said that only residents were permitted to enter. I guess I'm not as tanned and unkempt as a bohemian artist, so we got to change how we look to match that. We're probably going to have to go rent something, I guess. That game was nuts. The funniest part, Phantasma, when we streamed it, is during one of the missions, I lost my hand in the game because I screwed something up. So I actually streamed the rest of the game with a controller one-handed. I only played with one hand the entire time, and I put a camera so you could like watch my hand and see it. That was super fun. And 99, you're happy you got to spend a whole day with your friend? That's awesome. It seemed to cheer her up a lot, and you got over there around 120 and just got home at midnight. Oh, you guys spent a lot of time together. That's awesome. I know, unfortunately, with 99's account, your watch time reset. You could also check it for Jay Sheely, though, and just combine the two, I think. It was kind of difficult, Weebatome. Luckily, it wasn't like God of War or Elden Ring, because I would have been screwed. It was just a puzzle game. It was mostly like trying to do fine-tuned adjustments to like pick things up was kind of tricky. Like if I try to play this game one-handed, let me try it real quick. So like, there's no way I can run, because I just can't hold down that button very easily with one hand. But I can maneuver the camera and move at the same time. I have to look at the controller when I want to press something, though. Where is the clothing tray? Okay, so I'm going to keep going the way I was going. Back this way. It looks like I'm a little bit drunk when I play one-handed. There it is. There's the rest of your time, Sheely. The tricky part is remembering your name. Sometimes you might have like, oh, how did I spell that? Or did I have some extra stuff on there? I always just think of Sheely. Yeah, see, this takes me like 5 times as long to play one-handed. Is it possible? Sure. Do I want to do that the entire game? No. Not at all. It's unfortunate that the bots can't like automatically transfer all the information from one account to another when you change names. There you go. 16 days. Nice, Arvo. And it doesn't change follow age? That's a bummer.
Come! Decorate your house in Oriental style.
I don't want house decorations. We're looking for clothes.
Let's pick something that suits you.
There we go. Okay, so try to remember what that description they wanted was. There's a merchant. We want to look like an artist. African casual. Criminal chic? No. Marine? No. I like this. Oh, do we have a picture of them? That's right. We can go look at that. And then we might even just be able to tell from the descriptions here. Scatterbrain scientist. I like that. Oh, that's cute. Oh, I like that. It's a traditional Ukrainian outfit from Frogwares with love. Were they a Ukrainian company that made this? I forget. Finest finery. John's armor. None of that quite match. I think I'm gonna have to check out that picture. Oh, it is the very open shirt. The too sexy, no outfit. That's the one. They are Ukrainian. That's really cool. They put that in there. Then I love that. Wait, what? Forsaken Kraken has followed me for 10 years. I haven't even had a Twitch account for 10 years. What? Oh, that's how long you followed yourself. Is that right? No, it says following me. That's weird. Oh, but it wasn't even Stream Elements that said that. Yeah, don't look at the name. I see what you did there. Don't look at the name. That's funny. Just trust it. It's perfectly fine. Before my account even existed. 100% true. Okay, I should
take one more look.
Keep that thing pinned, I believe. Oh, actually, no. I still think I need that one pinned.
Let's pick something that suits you.
Just trust it. I love it. I'm not going to say anything. Okay, let's keep that one. Bohemian. There we go. Rent.
Be careful with what you've taken.
Nice. We're going to keep this outfit forever. Oh, I still have it marked on the map. You know, a lot of people would troll streamers with like donations and stuff using that kind of command, and it fooled a lot of people. It's like, oh well, my alert didn't go off, but it appears you just donated me like $10,000, so thank you for paying off my car. It's like, oh, that'd be so disappointing afterwards. Oh, good night, Forsaken. Good to see you again. Okay, it's right in here. Dang, Phantasma. Okay, you did get 2 tokens. So, oh, and I noticed all your guys' icons were back. I didn't see when they came back, but I see all of your subs and VIPs again. That was weird how they just like vanished all of a sudden.
No visitors allowed.
Oh, come on. I look just like him, don't I? I think so. I can't change my hairstyle, right? I just like walk past you and do what I need to do. It might be the hair. I know you can't change in front of them, but now that I have the outfit, can I change other things right here? Let's see. I don't think we want a hat. I don't have any options for these other things. Do I have to go back to that place to change my hair too? I actually didn't know that was a thing. I'm sorry, kid. Just kind of decked him. Man, she's picky. How judgmental, judging a book by their cover. I mean, in fairness, we are trying to fool her, but still. Oh, do you think you have one even besides a Sheely? Oh, you do have time with another account. That is familiar now that you brought that one up. 99. I forgot all about that account.
Don't pass by. Welcome. Well, let's pick something.
Wait, wasn't there a barber? I hope I don't have to go to a barber. We could change our facial hair. We can't change our hair. Oh, do we need to be more tan? Oh, is it a wig? Oh yeah, messy hair. There we go. That definitely looks more like him. I just skipped right by it, just thinking it was only hats. Let's rent the hair. That's gross.
Be careful with what you've taken.
Let me double check the picture. I think we nailed it. Well, we're trying to look exactly like him. We're not just trying to match somebody that should be able to go in there. Oh, that was a gag for Wynn's channel? That's really cool. Have you talked to Wynn lately? I wonder how he's doing. I know he stopped streaming a little while ago, but still hope everything is good with him. He kind of has a scraggly beard. I wouldn't even call it a beard. He has like a 5 o'clock shadow.
Let's pick something.
Let's double check if we need that too. Oops. Not mean to change that. Do they have that? I guess that's probably it. Designer stubble. Effortless cool. with only an hour of daily maintenance. An hour. Or artist bristles. That's definitely the one. Okay, stubble with an attitude problem. Let's rent that facial hair.
Be careful with what you
I don't know how you do that, but okay. They're artists, Weepatum. You know artists are always the most conformist, similar-looking people around, right? Thank you for calling me out on that, Phantasma. I would have gone back and forth 3 more times. Oh, is he actually opening up a restaurant? 99? That's awesome. I know he had some other projects going on because he had I think he had finished school or he was about to finish school. That's sweet. And he did a bunch of cooking streams, I remember too. All right, let's try this out.
Boniface, sweetie.
Hey.
Is that you? Ah, old age does terrible things to one's sight. I didn't recognize you at first.
How are you, Mum? I'm ashamed to admit that I've lost my key. Do you have a spare?
For heaven's sake! How many times will you lose that key of yours? Of course I have a spare. You artists all live in your own little world.
Please, accept my thanks.
I would rather accept your rent. You promised to pay me several weeks ago and I'm still waiting.
Oh no.
I will pay you, I promise, very soon.
You'd better do, my dear. Or else I'll just change the lock. And I won't fall for those cow eyes.
Cow eyes? Alright, we got the key. Now, which room is it? Weasel! How is it going? Dude, speaking of those numbers we were looking at earlier, just 1 second. Weasel, 15 months sub to the channel. How you doing, Weasel? It's great to see you, dude. If you could, Weasel, type ! follow age. We were all comparing how long people have been following the channel. I think you might be the longest person in this channel still. From anybody that still comes to the channel, if I had to guess. Not counting myself, my bot, and my wife. Weasel. I think you might have been one of the first folks to follow me. 3 years and 4 months. Holy cow. What was the previous high that we were looking at, guys? I think I saw one at almost 3 years. 2 years and some change. That's awesome. And, dude, thank you so much, Weasel. How have you been? What you been up to? What you playing? It's great to see you again, dude. There it is. That was the highest one that we saw. 3 years and 1 month. Not very far off. Not very far off. I think that means that you kind of followed me, Weasel, probably 3 to 4 months before I got that big Brian Deckhart raid back in the day. That's so cool. Hope you're doing well. We're really enjoying this Sherlock Holmes game. It's got a lot of cool mechanics. Oh, so we should pin the key. That'll hopefully help me figure out which door is which. Oh, found it. Oh. What is this? Was there a murder in the room? Oh gosh, it looks like we're looking at our doppelganger, but we did that on purpose. That's not what I expected. I hope we don't get caught in here.
The chest has been searched.
Okay, it definitely seems like he may have stolen it, but maybe... Oh, wait, that's the painting right there, isn't it? The really gross one? Let's see. Oh, I know. That was insane, Weasel. I was so lost the entire stream, but it was super fun. And 99, just before he stopped streaming completely, he talked about opening the barbecue and bakery. You did some Facebook research, and it seems to still be going strong. That's fantastic, 99, especially since he kind of did it during COVID times. That's amazing that he's keeping it running. So happy for him. Oh, you might have followed a little bit after the raid too, Alex. That's true. And we would tell him if we got caught, it totally looked like we killed him and tried to steal his identity. I know, this isn't looking good, Weepatum. We gotta get out of here.
Red skin, tails on the back. Reminds me of Werder's description of the stolen painting.
Yep. Although it looks more like a sketch. It doesn't really look like it's done. Oh yes, thank you, Phantasma.
Aunt May whiskey, brandy bucks. Quite a collection he had here.
Aunt May whiskey? Spider-Man much? I'm so happy to see Spider-Man coming out for PC. I have it on PlayStation, but I just love to see everything coming to PC, so I can buy more games there and have everything in one library. Blue cloth fibers. We're looking for somebody with a blue shirt or something? Oh, not at all, Weasel. When you take a sabbatical, you should do that. Exactly. You do not need to be subbed when you can't be around. I'm very happy that you did not have it on, but it's great to see you back and chatting again. Uncle Ben's cereal. Whiskey and cereal. Breakfast of champions, Alex. So we got a camera here?
I wonder where he got that fancy camera.
Interesting that he put it that way, like he shouldn't have had it, maybe.
Despite the overall tendency towards mess, you cannot sit with the drawer pulled out like this. Someone left it after searching.
He is very good at deducing things. Oh, a broken bottle.
It appears the wine was truly awful.
This is crap. Not as good as my Aunt May's whiskey.
The blood has dried.
I've heard of this style of painting. It is called expressionism.
Whoa, he's upside down. I didn't even notice that at first. That's awesome. Watch as I walk through the blood and just have my footprints everywhere.
Judging by post-mortem rigidity, the body lay here for 1 or 2 days.
Oh, it's been here for a while. He has bruises on his knuckles, so he must have put up a fight, maybe? Because he doesn't look like the kind of guy that'd be fighting all the time.
The wound is precise. It was inflicted by a razor or a knife.
Oh yeah, slashed his throat right there.
Soaked in blood. It seems as if the puddle of blood was here before the rags.
Meaning the rags weren't being used to, like, stop the blood? Maybe the rags were used to try to clean up the blood. And then they gave up or something. Looks like there's at least one more thing to look at. Oh, nope. What are we looking for? Huh. A wild Andy has appeared.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, Andy needs help. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to put on a little battle royale so you guys can all earn another token to the channel. Be back in just 1 sec. There we go. Hey, nice, Weasel. Good job, dude. It was an emergency. Andy was actually trapped in an outfit that she crocheted and was putting on. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, these dimensions aren't quite right, and now I'm stuck in here forever. So helped her get out of that. Have you done that, Phantasma? I've definitely, I mean, not crocheting anything, but I've definitely put on clothes or outfits or costumes, and I'm like, I don't know how I can get back out of this. This is a problem. We've been told, why would someone want to clean up the blood? He's already dead. Well, maybe not him cleaning up his own blood, but maybe someone would thought they would hide the body and then like, ah, screw this. Not worth it. Oh, the knife. I think that's the last piece I was missing. So the murder weapon was left.
Could be the murder weapon.
Anything else to look at?
Could be the murder weapon.
Sometimes you have to look at these multiple
A normal
times.
kitchen knife.
There we go. Nothing special about it, just a kitchen knife. Nice, Alex, nice. Did you have to call friends to help you? Luckily, I've always had somebody around. But yeah, I could totally see myself doing that too. Or I might, honestly, I might just cut myself out of it, depending on how nice or expensive or hard to get the clothing was. Oh, I like the red light in here. It's kind of creepy. Oh, it's a dark room for photographs. We've seen these a lot in games.
The photograph was not pulled out in time. Such a waste of material. The photograph was not pulled out in time. Such a waste of material.
The hell was that noise? Oh, look at that. It's a cool costume party. That looks like a photo and not video game graphics. You know what I mean? Like that's an actual live photo.
Look at this, John. Isn't it our stolen demon?
There's another newspaper where we can't look at that. Photo definitely looks cursed. Yeah, some of it looked more real than others. Like the person with the mask looked kind of fake, but some of the people in the background look like real life people. I think I've looked at everything. Let's do this. So we'll do what we think happened here, and that'll probably be a good stopping point. We have 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, 4 things to check out. So let's do the bed first. So he was chilling here admiring his artwork? Or somebody was rustling through the pictures and he came to stop him. Let's keep that for now. And then he tried to attack him with a bottle of wine? Or the other guy tried to attack him with a bottle of wine. Oh, well, let's leave that one for now. Then over here. It shows him cutting his own throat. I don't think that happened. Oh, so is that him getting his... Oh, yeah, he's getting his throat cut as they struggle. Okay. There might be more than 2. Let me do it a third time. Nope. Sometimes they only give you 2 options. Sometimes I think it's more. What about this one? Is he kicking the body? Hey, you okay, buddy? Oh, unrelated. No. Oh, that's him constantly cutting his throat? Is that what that is? It looks like he might have got his throat right here. Because look, he's holding his throat right there. He definitely didn't cut his own throat, I don't think, so... I don't know. This one might be more correct, actually. If he cut his throat earlier. I don't know why he'd have to keep going unless he didn't finish the job. Oh, there are going to be a few more clues after this. We might be able to do that real quick. Let's see. I think that might be correct. I'm not sure about that one. The other ones seem pretty right to me. Let's give this a shot.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Okay. Let's try swapping this one then, because I mean, as he's rushing this guy, he might have attacked him with the bottle. I guess that kind of makes a little bit more sense.
You're not even trying,
No?
Sherry. Concentrate.
Maybe this is swapped out to cutting his throat even more?
Mercurio was
There
developing
we go.
photographs when the intruder snuck in.
Didn't do good on that
Mercurio
one.
heard him coming. While the thief was searching the chest, the painter ran towards him with a bottle in his hand. He smashed it across the thief's head. The intruder had no choice but to defend himself, and the weapon of opportunity happened to be a kitchen knife. Mercurio stepped aside to grab the painting, but the wine-blinded thief attacked Mercurio's throat. When the thief came to his senses, he saw Mercurio bleeding on the floor. He grabbed the rags and tried to bandage him, but it was too late. Why did Mercurio attempt to snatch the painting in the middle of a fight? To strike the intruder? Not with his painting, it was too important to him.
I misunderstood that last one. That wasn't the intruder trying to cut his throat more. That was him trying to use the rag to cover up the cut. Save his life, essentially. Like he didn't mean to kill him. Okay, that makes more sense. I get why it was that. So I think we got all the clues here. Was there a different place you were thinking of, Phantasma? I had to get more clues. Let's see, let's look at our thing. We got, still have Mercurio's flat. Oh, I need to look at those memories, maybe, if I have this pinned. Or this one. Oh, the painting on the floor? We looked at that once.
It's time for some chemical magic, John.
Now we can take it. Okay. So let's do our chemical analysis on it. What do we need? 4 red, 3 green, 4 blue. Okay. We have that's got 4 red. Anything? We got a 3 and a 1. Do we have anything that has 1 blue? No. Oh, we have another option here. What does this one do? I don't know what that does. It looks like it maybe increases it by 1. Let me try one of these. So if I take this and drag it here. Okay, it does increase it by 1. Good, I think we do need that. Oh, I cancel that. I was just testing it. I don't think you can. I think we understood though, because it's a pretty simple one, Hasifa, luckily. Okay, that's good. So we got our 4. We want 3 green. Positive 3 green. Oh, actually I should use this. Let's get rid of this. Oh, you can hold to link. Unlink. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, so we got our 3 and our 1. We need a 2. Try that. Oh, that's going to make it too high, though, because I'm combining both of them. These can get pretty tricky, I'm seeing. If I can just do the red and green, the blue would be easy, because there's already a 4 all by itself. Okay, so if I put this into here, that goes to -1. That goes to 3. And now that would already be too high. I can actually use more than one of these, though, huh? That might make it really easy. That gives us... Oops, wrong one. That gives us 4 and 2. Then we grab this one. That's 2. We only need 1. Is there a red with 1? There is. I know there's like 100 ways to do these too, I'm sure. Why am I doing that? Here's our 3. 3. We need 1 red and 4 blue. Here's 1 red and 3 blue. I can't just add 1 to blue though. And what if what's your total if you just add the 2 now? We combine all these. We got 3, 4, 3, and 3. So we just need 1 blue. So I guess I can kind of... Is there another 3 by itself? No. You can get kind of complicated. Like, check this out. If I add 4 to that... Let's see, let's combine. Oh, we only have so many combinations we can do, though. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say we could, like, add 4 and subtract 2, but that might make it a little combination. Let's see, add the 2 plus 1 and then separate 3 plus 1. These are so hard to read, guys, and understand what you're trying to say. Let's start over. Unfortunately, is there a way to... Oh, you can reset. Perfect. Yes. Let's see. So take the 2 green and add 1. That's what this one is what you're saying. We do get more than one of these, so that's good. Oh, and then we just need the 4, and we have 1 more add. 4, 3, 4. There we go. Those are pretty neat. I gotta spend more time looking at that. I was trying to make it more complicated by trying to adjust the combination cards, but that was changing both of them, and I just wanted to change one of them. Nice job, Phantasma. Okay, I've managed to erase the blood by using chemicals. It's still a life painting of Mercurio's room. Oh, it's a still life, not it's still a life painting. That's pretty cool. He painted his own room.
That doesn't look like the painting we need, Sherry.
As expected, but that doesn't mean it won't tell us anything. Let's put it on the easel where it belongs.
Oh, we can see like what's different here, huh?
I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the 2 differences, John?
Ah, I noticed the skull was missing.
I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the 2 differences, John?
And the chair?
I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the 2 differences, John?
It's hard to tell because of the lighting and the angle. But that's
If
missing.
the intruder didn't take it, the skull should be somewhere here.
What else is
I
different?
guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the two differences, John?
Is that a coat rack that didn't used to be there? This thing right here looks new.
Nothing behind it.
Okay, I think those are the two differences. I know, right? It keeps telling me, spot the differences, John. Okay, I'm trying. I wonder if I think it's the right thing to have pinned. Is there anything else?
I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the two differences, John?
I think that's it.
Nothing behind it.
Oh yeah, it even lights up. Yeah. That's cool. I can't do anything with it, but it does highlight it when you know it's supposed to be there. So maybe I have to find that skull in the room, unless they took it. Which, I don't think we saw it anywhere. Oh, did you see it? I'm blind. Where the heck was it? Did they hide it back here in the bathroom? Oh, right there on the floor. Nice.
Monster was actually a man. Poor girl. John, you ought to be thrilled. We are now hunting the devil himself.
What were you saying, Sherry? I was too busy sketching the scene, you know, crimes and such like, daily routine. Did you find something?
A photograph. It depicts a man in a red suit with tails sprouting from his back and multiple people in masks watching the scene. It all adds up. But the act of love, it wasn't given willingly, John. It was a violation. And the girl, she was with child.
Give that to me now. Did you recognize someone?
No. Although the victim is not from Cordona, she is African. Look at the ritual scars on her face.
Get that image out of your brain. You have to continue the investigation.
I must speak to the landlady. Perhaps she saw or heard something.
Sherry, you cannot tell her the truth about Mercurio. It will hurt her.
John, that's illogical. Sooner or later, she will come here and discover a corpse, and I still need to talk to her.
Just avoid mentioning corpse, all right? Stick to the character, tell her to call the police.
I'll take that into account.
And wait here. I've redrawn the people in the photograph. Now you can proceed with your investigation without those horrific details.
Oh, I could definitely say why you did that content warning. Thank you, Phantasma. Yeah, that's brutal. Okay, this is probably a good stopping point. Let's go ahead and save it. I think I can always go down to the last one. It seems to order them in the chronological order, so we'll do that. Nice. What a crazy one. So we can't go talk to the lady, and that will be it? Okay, one more. I was gonna say, because I don't know how the save works if it's that inconvenient to run all the way back here.
What's wrong,
I see what you mean.
dear? You look like you've seen a ghost.
You just be a jerk. I'm dead. Or the person like me is dead, or this. Almost perfect timing for a second. Although Phantasma, through, extra knowledge, knows this is not the perfect time to stop, John. If you talk to her, then it's the perfect time to stop.
Can you tell me if anyone else has recently entered the
Which I
flat?
appreciate.
Oh, you're talking about that limping man. I'm sorry I let him in. I was scared. And I thought maybe he would motivate you to find money so that you would pay your rent. No offense, dear.
What?
Can you describe him?
Oh, so you weren't at home. I was so certain you didn't leave your flat that day. He was of average height, had a limp and a tattoo on his neck, and he was smoking Malpal cigarettes. My husband used to smoke those. They have a horrible smell I can recognize from a mile away.
Yeah, thanks for letting in the murderer, right? Jeez. We'll be nice to the lady. Just say, call the police to my flat.
Can I ask a favor?
Of course, dearie.
please call the police and ask them to enter the flat. And don't look inside until they come up.
What? What trouble have you stepped in this time?
It really doesn't matter. Thank you, Mum.
Wow, that was kind of nice of him. I like that idea. She still doesn't know that there's a corpse upstairs, or that the character she thinks we are is dead. Okay, so what's the next thing they want us doing? Next is to find this lady who was unfortunately violated and who was pregnant at the time. Oh my goodness. But yeah, we have a couple things to check out. Now is a good time to save it. Now you're done. Go to bed, John. Go to bed. Let's go ahead and save it again. Boom.